Through the prism of time spanning 8 decades, the West Texas town of El Paso has been an end-of-year destination for some of college football's greatest teams and players, creating lasting memories for all who visit. Making the cross-country journey for the first time since 1947 are Frank Beamer's Virginia Tech Hokies. Defense is their calling card and has propelled the Hokies to 21 consecutive bowl games. UCLA is experiencing a football renaissance under second-year head coach Jim Mora. A galaxy of stars on both sides of the ball have the Bruins on the verge of their first 10-win season since 2005. Welcome to the second oldest bowl game in the land. This is the 80th annual Hyundai Sun Bowl. And on a beautiful New Year's Eve, we welcome you to the Sun Bowl Stadium in El Paso. Both of these teams, Virginia Tech and UCLA, have been here since the 26th of December and have been the recipients of the warmth of the locals. You've got to have a mariachi band and a sombrero. That's Frank Beamer, the Virginia Tech head coach, and Jim Mora from UCLA. It's the 80th Sun Bowl presented by Hyundai. Virginia Tech Hokies come in 8-4, and the UCLA Bruins 9-3. Hi once again, everybody. Vern Lundquist along with Gary Danielson. First ever meeting between these two teams. This is the 80th consecutive Sun Bowl and the 46th consecutive season we've been a part of the telecast. I haven't done all 46. It just seems that way. Gary, we have enjoyed coming back here each year, and these teams both have something to play for.
I think they do, Vern. I mean, two marquee names, and I think both teams realize that if you don't show up, and we've seen it the last couple of years, if you don't want to play, you're going to lose, and neither one wants to be embarrassed. I think we're going to get a good shot, a good game here.
Let's talk first about UCLA second-year head coach Jim Mora. They're 9-3, really would like to have that 10th victory.
Yeah, they've got a lot of playmakers, a lot of good skill, but I think it's three guys that really are the bell cows of UCLA. Start with their quarterback, Brett Hundley. He's a dynamic football player with his arm, but I think in this game today, as difficult as it will be to run the ball against Virginia Tech, it will be Hundley on these type of broken plays. Can he make yards when it's not a called run? Might be the difference for UCLA. Also, Miles Jack. He'll help a little bit on offense, but really, that's the title. Jack of all trades. His primary deal, though, is defense. He's a playmaker just as much on defense as Brett is on offense. But I think the best player in this football game, and really a high draft pick, is Anthony Barr. I mean, wherever he lines up on the football field, Virginia Tech will have to account for him, blocking him in passing, block him in the run game. He is a difference maker and could be the difference in the football game.
Virginia Tech 8-4, had a couple of really disappointing losses, but they're in a bowl for the 21st consecutive season. Let's begin with their quarterback, the senior Logan Thomas.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad a little bit for Logan Thomas. I mean, he does not have the greatest skilled players around him, young football players. Logan can make a lot of plays just like Brett with his legs and his stature throwing the ball. He'll have to have a big game for Virginia Tech to have that kind of winning effort, but it's Virginia Tech's defense that's really a difference. We saw it from the very first game of the year against Alabama. Their front four is dynamic. Great linebacker play like they always do for Bud Foster, and their secondary has players, might be young players, but they're very talented.
Oh, we have learned over the years there are a variety of ways in which one can be welcomed to El Paso.
Happy New Year's from El Paso, Texas!
It's a CBS tradition, or the Sun Bowl!
Yeah!
Hey! Let's go to the Sun Bowl, señoritas!
Sun Bowl on CBS!
CBS Sports presentation of the Hyundai Sun Bowl is sponsored by the Home Depot, Taco Bell, Napa, and by Hyundai. We welcome you back to the Hyundai Sun Bowl, first meeting ever, Virginia Tech and UCLA. And that gives me an opportunity to welcome for the first time the newest member of our team, Allie LaForce. Allie?
Thanks, Vern. It's an honor to work with a CBS legend like yourself. Virginia Tech has one of the most walk-on friendly programs in the nation, contributing heavily to the success that they've had over the last few years. And on this team, there's 21 walk-ons dressed for today's game. 6 of them are starters, and among the top contributors from the walk-on standpoint is wide receiver Willie Byrne, who had only 1 catch entering the season, but has a team-leading 49 receptions to rank 7th on the single-season list, and linebacker Jack Tyler, the Hokies' leading tackler. Let's hear from the Hokies themselves.
We look at walk-ons the same way we do the scholarship players. We evaluate them the same. We try to get kids that maybe they're not quite as big as they need to be, or not quite as fast, or there's something that's, that they can overcome and possibly become a scholarship player.
They treat everybody the same. When I first got to Virginia Tech, I didn't feel like I was treated any differently than a scholarship player or 5-star recruit. I was a 0-star recruit. It didn't matter. I got the same attention that everybody else got. The reps were maybe not as much at first, but they still gave me reps, and I was able to showcase, my abilities and that I could be successful on the field despite the fact that I was a walk-on.
The thing that was great is that they were honest. When I was being recruited, they just said, hey, we don't have enough scholarships for you, but we're interested in you. And they, as soon as you get into camp, they treat you just like a scholarship player. Virginia Tech's known for, their blue-collar, hard work kind of mentality. And I think as a walk-on, if you want to succeed and earn your playing time, you have to have that, and you have to have patience.
Coach Beamer has a good eye for taking people who have big hearts and want to compete. And that's exactly what guys like Jack Tyler, Willie Byrne do. They can go out there and play their heart out every single game. If
we can win this last game against a ranked opponent, then that would be really quite an accomplishment for this football team.
Of the 21 walk-ons dressed for today's game, 10 of them have earned scholarships this season. Vern, got to share this story with you. One of those walk-ons, Willie Byrne, has a very funny story about a nickname that he's not too proud of. Coach, before he earned his way on the team, called him the paper boy because not only does he look like one, but he always delivers.
Oh, that's great. Listen, Allie, we did our research. You've got some experience as a walk-on, right? Allie LaForce and the Ohio University basketball team.
That's right. You can't hide from the internet. I have always wanted to play college basketball, but I missed a lot of my recruiting my junior year, so I went down to Ohio University, walked on the team, and made it. And as any great program knows, injuries are going to happen, and walk-on or not, you need that extra person waiting in the background. So I know what these guys are going through right now.
Well, it's great to have you with us today.
Thanks, Vern.
And just moments ago, a quartet of retired Army officers descended by parachute and unfurled a 400-foot American flag. This particular retired officer is a paraplegic. His name is Dana Bowman. And let's watch him as he glides down to the center of the field. That's just terrific. Sun-splashed afternoon, appropriate for the Sun Bowl. Here in El Paso, and first on the field, the Hokies out of the ACC, 8-4 for the year, appearing in a bowl game for the 21st consecutive year. Head coach Frank Beamer. And let's go down to Allie LaForce with Coach Beamer.
Coach, Virginia Tech is known for running the football, but this year struggled to find consistency doing so. With your star back, Trey Edmonds, out for the year, how do you make up for those yards on the ground?
Well, we're going to still try to get that established. That's important. I think the team here today that runs the ball the best will probably win the football game. So we know how important it is. 21
consecutive bowl games. Good luck in this one, Coach.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, back to you.
All right, Allie, thank you. So far, only one of the teams. And here they come. Bruins of UCLA, 9-3. Stressed how important in our conversations with coaches and players yesterday, how significant a 10th win would be. Second-year head coach. That's not him, by the way. Jim Mora. Bruin Band is here from Westwood. And Allie has run across the field and found Jim Mora.
Coach, anyone that watches UCLA football knows how dynamic and athletic this linebacking core is. Eric Kendricks out for the year. Anthony Barr, you said, tweaked his groin a little bit. Are you concerned at all with the status of this linebacking group?
Well, a little bit, but I think Anthony's going to be okay. We're going to miss EK. You know, we still get to watch Miles Jack run around, and Isako's going to do a great job. And then, you know, don't forget Jordan Zumwalt. He's going to have a heck of a game today. You are
off to one of the most successful starts in UCLA program history. How important is getting that 10th win today?
It's huge. It's absolutely huge. We need that to kind of, in my opinion, validate everything that we're trying to accomplish.
Good luck, Coach.
All right, thanks.
All right, Allie, thank you.
I think Coach Mora nailed it. Both teams are excited to play, and this last win will be big for each program.
Moments away from the kick. The Sun Bowl on CBS for the 46th straight year. And we're back live at the Sun Bowl in El Paso. 80th playing of this particular bowl game. And the weather, just splendid. 50 degrees, wind out of the south at 5 miles per hour, and sunny skies for the duration. So that slight breeze shouldn't be a factor.
I thought UCLA was playing in this game. Who's that black uniforms out there that we're
you know, I thought, how long is it going to take us to respond, to react?
I mean, I like them. I got to say I like them, but it's been a while since I've done UCLA, and I was like, whoa, what's that?
Well, their powder blue uniforms are among the classiest uniforms in college football.
Well, we're older, Vern, right?
Yes, we are. It's all about marketing. First game won by the El Paso All-Stars in January 1st, 1935. And over the course of the 80 years, 77 different teams have participated. Virginia Tech's only other appearance was here in 1947. UCLA has been here twice in this century. In 2000, they lost to Wisconsin. In 2005, they came from 22 down and beat Northwestern. Mitchell Ludwig will kick off. Virginia Tech won the toss. And so UCLA has the football. What's this?
Yeah, he slipped. There's no doubt he slipped in that. That's one thing you got to look at this whole game. You know, just one thing before UCLA gets started. They've started a number of games by going deep early in the football game. Let's see if they don't try to go deep.
Out of the gun, Brett Hundley is the quarterback. He will throw deep. Gary, good call. Double team. Flag is down. Shaq Evans, number 1, was the intended.
They did the same thing in the Arizona game, and they hit it for a touchdown. I wouldn't be surprised we don't see a lot of that in this football game.
Offside. Defense number 41 lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Scott Novak is our referee out of the Big 12.
Yeah, on the bottom right here will be a double move. And Shaq Evans out, up, trying to go against the man-to-man coverage for Virginia Tech. And you'll see it all game.
Here's Shaq Evans up the sidelines, out of bounds. Well, let's introduce you to the UCLA quarterback, Brett Hundley.
Well, we talked about him in the opening. I mean, you can't really go watch UCLA practice or play in a football game and not have your eyes go right to this guy. He just, he's been a 5-star recruit and a 5-star player for, it seems like 6 years I've been hearing about him.
Hundley will scramble.
There it is.
Yep.
Big part of this football game.
Wow.
It is very difficult to run the ball against Virginia Tech. Really, the only quarterback that's been able to do this was Maryland. They were able to get a few of them running the ball like this and hurt Virginia Tech, but otherwise, it's been tough to get yards.
That's a gain of 25 and a first down UCLA at the Virginia Tech 29-yard line.
Yeah, C.J. Brown from Maryland bit him a few times on those running quarterback plays.
Play action. Hundley deep right side.
It's going to be a holding, I think. Tug on the play. Somebody got tugged on it. I think Chucky Clark, the number 19, who's really in the game as a 5th defensive back. Yeah, he got him with face mask early. And then held him late. You can only call one penalty, though.
Personal foul. Hands to the face on the defense, number 9. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
Chucky Clark, number 19, is actually a sub in this game. It's kind of a nickel defense. He's playing for the outside linebacker, Josh Trimble, who usually starts in a spot.
Right. Here's Clark. And half the distance puts the ball at the 14-yard line.
First and 10 of the 14.
Tech will blitz. They're giving it away. Well, they check out of it now because UCLA is changing the play. They do check out of it.
Paul Perkins is the running back. And on the read, he's given the ball. Let's introduce you to the Chick-fil-A starting lineups. Welcome to Cal back. Offensively for the Bruins, Xavier Suafilo, a wonderfully gifted player, and you see the rest of them. Tough to force in some of the
and that was a big trick play for UCLA that time. Suafilo was actually going to throw a pass on that play.
Defense, number 98. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
I saw UCLA run this one in practice. Suafilo was going to actually catch the ball. It was supposed to be a lateral, and he was going to throw the ball downfield. It was, started out badly with an offsides penalty from Virginia Tech, and the play was never able to get started.
Second down 3. Whoops.
Three penalties already in this
and
drive.
A late arriving player for the Hokies. Hundley shakes the tackle. Strolls him.
But Foster's going, are you kidding me? I had the perfect defense on, and I don't get a sack on the play?
Daddy Nicholas is the man who missed.
Yeah, number 90, Daddy Nicholas is coming unblocked, full speed sprint, and Hundley makes the miss for a touchdown. God, Virginia Tech could not start the game any more poorly than this first drive.
On for the kick is Kaimi Fairbairn, number 15.
Didn't seem like UCLA had one good play.
No.
They drove it all the way down the field. A scramble was the big play. Well, Daddy Nicholas right here is going to come right around the corner, and Hundley sees him late and just misses him. I mean, you can't draw it up any better as a coaching staff. A miss and a touchdown.
Brett Hundley on the ground. He was the big star in a 4-play drive. UCLA up by 7. Now, Brett Hundley, the celebrated quarterback for the Bruins. Big factor in that short drive.
Yeah, missed tackles. First it was Luther Maddie, misses him. Hundley goes out scrambling. On this drive of 74 yards, 57 of them, 32 by scrambles on missed tackles, 25 by penalties. So 57 of the 74 yards were kind of self-inflicted by Virginia Tech. It's the Sun Bowl. That's how it gets started around here.
Right. And so 7-0. Dimitri Knowles is deep along with J.C. Coleman. And Kaimi Fairbairn, the place kicker for UCLA, will be the kickoff man as well.
Bud Foster, defensive coordinator for Virginia Tech, got a lot of pride in his defense. And seeing that cannot make him happy how they started the game. Oh, another slip by the kicker almost, it looked like.
That'll be a touchback.
The ball at the 25-yard line. First and 10 for the Hokies.
I don't know if this is just the way he follows through or he slipped, to tell you the truth. He caught it well. No, yeah, he did after he caught that one, the kick.
And so the senior Logan Thomas leads the Hokies on.
Well, he's really an impressive guy watching him throw the ball. I mean, his arm strength, his stature, you know, I mean, the way he hangs in there is tough to tackle in the pocket. But he's going to need a little help.
J.C. Coleman, and let's quickly go to the Chick-fil-A starting lineups. The offense for Virginia Tech. McLaughlin, Ferris, Wang, Miller, Gibson. And McLaughlin, one of the best, despite that designation as a freshman. Of course, they played 12 games. And you saw the remainder. Now the group on the right side. Thomas, incomplete.
Good coverage.
Willie Byrne, the intended receiver, defensively now for the Bruins. McCarthy, Graham Marsh. Heard Gary talk about Barr at the beginning. Jordan Zumwalt. You also heard Allie when she chatted with Jim Morris, saying he thought Zumwalt would have a big game today. Miles Jack, and then the remainder of the starters.
Yeah, in some defenses you'll find Miles Jack lined up almost in a defensive end position, rushing from the outside. On the other side, he's right in the middle, kind of playing a free linebacker.
Byrne in motion.
Uh-oh, here comes Barr.
Off balance, and the catch is made by J.C. Coleman.
See, there's one of those things that Barr is not going to get anything in the stat sheet on this play. But he really stopped the third down conversion. He comes around the quarter very quickly. McLaughlin's got his hand filled. You pointed out he's just a freshman, and he's got a guy that probably could have played in the NFL this year. You know, Barr comes back and kind of owned college football with his abilities.
A.J. Hughes is back to punt for the Hokies. Shaq Evans late on the field, but he did get back there to return the punt. And he'll call for the fair catch and take it at the 27-yard line. Well, UCLA has it for the second time. They scored easily to the elation of Jim Mora and the disgust of Frank Beaver. 7-0. Well, next Sunday, San Diego at Cincinnati. The wild card game on CBS. Jim Nantz, Bill Sims, and Tracy Wolfson will be there. And it all begins with the NFL Today. James Brown, Boomer, Shannon, Coach, Dan Marino. That's presented by Southwest Airlines, 12 Eastern Time. And here's the bracket for next week. On Saturday, Kansas City, Indianapolis. On Sunday, San Diego, Cincinnati. And the winners advance to either New England or Denver. Denver secured the top seed with their win at Oakland last Sunday. 7-0 UCLA, about to snap it for the second possession. This is Jordan James. And defensively for Virginia Tech, Gale Hopkins, Matty, J.R. Collins, Kendall Fuller, one of the Fuller brothers currently playing on this team. His older brother Kyle not suited up today because of injury. Look at the freshman, Brandon Faison, is getting the start at the two cornerback spots, both youngsters on this team. Here's Hundley, under some pressure, flips it out. Caught by Jordan James. And Jack Tyler, one of those walk-ons featured in Allie's first segment of the telecast.
We did, Vern, excuse me, we did visit with Bud Foster about his strategy for this football game against UCLA. He believes, yes, he's young in the secondary with two freshmen, but their style is to play man-to-man. Miles Jack in the game?
Yes.
Yes, okay. That's a short yardage formation, two defensive linemen and Miles Jack.
And see if he gets the ball. I'm quite sure he's going to.
Look at
Miles Jack, true freshman out of Bellevue. and exploded offensively. He wants to concentrate on defense.
Yes, he does. But that seemed a little long yardage for this formation against the way Virginia Tech plays defense. I mean, Virginia Tech does not give up first downs. They're number 3 in the country in third down defense, and to go short yardage from that long of a distance seemed to be kind of aggressive for UCLA in that formation.
Sean Covington is on to punt, the left-footed kicker, and Willie Byrne is the deep man, calls for the fair catch and takes it.
That's why I started talking. I didn't think they'd go short yardage from there.
I think we were told they would. I'm just saying.
I got you.
And Virginia Tech making its second visit here to the Sun Bowl. They trail currently 7-0. That first visit back in 1947. You see they traveled by a DC-3 American Airlines flight in. Fellow in the middle looks a little like Tom Brookshire, the late CBS broadcaster and former player. It snowed that day. Cincinnati won it 18-6. A dear friend of all of ours, Jimmy Rogers, was here. He's been associated with the Sun Bowl for 53 years, but he was at that 1947 Sun Bowl. Said he froze to death. Take a look at the lifestyle changes since 46, 2013. Hokies record that day was 3-3-3. Each team, Cincinnati and Virginia Tech, was given a check for $10,000. Payoff's a little better now.
It didn't bounce, right?
No,
then it's good.
You got it. Logan Thomas play fake, rolls back, avoids a tackle.
Yep, same
He'll
type of
take it
guy.
and run. Yes, indeed.
Hey, did he drop that? If you drop guys and you account for the quarterback, still doesn't mean you're going to make the tackle. On Hundley or Logan Thomas is really the keys to both offenses. Both teams, as Frank told Allie, would like to develop more of a running game, but they kind of are what they are.
Yeah. Yes. What's the Parcells line? You are what your record says you are.
That's right.
First down 10.
Tackle eligible left here, overbalanced line.
Sweep.
Ooh.
Number 16, Carlos Parker.
Carlos Parker, a wide receiver. Sneaked onto the field. That's the fun of the bowl games. You never know.
Exactly. And it was go forth. And really, if you turn the tape on number 3 in the secondary for UCLA, Randall Goforth is one of the guys that's all over the field making tackles. That was a little bit downfield, but he still shows you he likes to play a very physical safety position. Another unbalanced line here. It's a very unique way things are starting off here for Virginia Tech.
That's Willie Byrne, number 82, in motion. Thomas across the middle, incomplete behind Byrne. Defended by Brandon Sermons. Well, take a look at really a fine career for Logan Thomas.
You know, I mean, he burst on the scene a couple years ago, maybe after his second year of playing. I mean, everybody thought that the growth was going to continue. You know, Virginia Tech, I mean, I followed them forever. I mean, they're one of the great teams we have, the franchises in college football. I just have to say, honestly, the skilled players around him aren't what I remember following him before. And that's why heaping everything on the quarterback all the time sometimes isn't fair.
Sweep left, Carlos Parker. I remember memorizing the depth chart and not seeing him anywhere.
Yeah, 16 was a different.
Right.
He might have took that flight in that we just showed that picture just late got in here.
He was really one of the retired Army officers who parachuted in.
Exactly.
Changed numbers quickly.
See right there, they just have struggled, you know, getting that type of offensive consistency together. And, you know, it's really, I mean, if you look at Virginia Tech's schedule this year, there are a couple of upsets at home from having a really big football season. That's how good they were on defense this year.
Yeah, particularly the loss at home to Duke. And Duke, of course, with David Cutcliffe, had a wonderful year. How about this? Calvin Klein.
Touchdown.
They're going to run him down to 1.
mean, Vern, you've done it a long time. Did you ever think you'd call a touchdown to Calvin Klein before?
No. Ralph Lauren, perhaps.
Maybe, yes, Calvin Klein. Yes, his knee did go down. It was a great call by the field judge right there. But what a throw by Logan Thomas to a guy who was supposed to redshirt this year. Tight end Calvin Klein, basically not even recruited until almost the summer after his senior year in high school.
Well, he was a star basketball player. Here's the give, right side. J.C. Coleman,
Great
touchdown,
answer.
Hokies.
Great answer for this Virginia Tech football team. Logan Thomas did it at the beginning with that scramble to set up good field position, then a fantastic throw down the middle of the defense to gut the UCLA Bruin defense.
Here's the handoff right side, J.C. Coleman. The Hokies are without their leading rusher for the season, Trey Edmonds, who had in excess of 600 yards, out with an injury. Michael Brandhover is going to do the place kicking today. Virginia Tech has used, he's the 4th place kicker they've used this year.
Well, all the shift in the motions, and it came right there. The tight end does the middle read that everybody throws nowadays, but watch the delivery of this pass right over the outstretched arms of the inside linebacker, thrown on a bullet. That's where that 6'6" frame of Logan Thomas comes through, and then following another freshman walk-on, Sam Rogers. Allie referred to him too for the touchdown for Virginia Tech. A great answer for the Hokies.
6 plays, 74 yards. We're tied. We're tied at 7. Let's quickly go down to Allie LaForce.
Guys, Calvin Klein is playing in just his 17th game of his life. He didn't play football, like you mentioned, until his senior year in high school because he loved basketball. In fact, he played alongside now pro guard Brandon Knight. But when he realized his potential on the gridiron, he decided to give it a try. Interesting, though, yesterday, quarterback Logan Thomas, when we asked him who would win on a game on one-on-one, he seemed pretty confident that he could take them. So we'll have to see what Calvin says about that.
Well, it doesn't mean a whole lot, but I'm wearing one of Calvin Klein's ties.
Oh, there you go. But Logan Thomas was quite the basketball player himself. Yes. Recruited to be a college basketball player, chose football. And, you know, kind of senior freshman, I think I'll go with Logan Thomas right now.
Okay.
Yeah, one-on-one.
Well, in high school, he averaged 18 points and 11 rebounds per game. He had game, as they say.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you, playing along, it's been a while ago, but everybody I played with thought they were good in basketball, too, to tell you the truth. It's like, even me.
And golf is your game as well.
Well,
this is Ishmael Adams. Nicely split around the left side.
A little flag down there, though. Or
nothing new so far.
Yeah, look, holding against UCLA, it looks like the signal.
Holding, receiving team number 46. 10-yard penalty. First down.
That's Kenny Orgioki, backup cornerback.
You know, I want to finish that story about Bud. His strategy in this game is he's not going to give up on playing man-to-man coverage. That's who Virginia Tech is. Even if he has freshmen out there, they're going to cover people and try to force Hundley to make some tough throws.
Oh, my
They better concentrate on stopping some tough runs.
How about that?
And, you know, that is becoming the first play everybody puts in now. I mean, this is no secret about the zone read and the quarterback keep. I mean, this is like the isolation play of the 70s. If you get fooled by that, that's just not right for a defense anymore.
That's a gain of 20 for Hundley. Now the little flip out to the left side. Devin Fuller, number 7, one of a quartet of wide receivers, will be used by UCLA.
I just almost love to see Bud Foster's face right now, because another easy gimme throw, and that was the whole strategy, is make him make difficult throws and runs.
This time Virginia Tech reacts perfectly.
Because they believe that they will stop the UCLA run game. When UCLA has tried to run, this is what it's looked like. Their front, this time I think it's J.R. Collins, number 42, is going to stuff the play from the outside, force it back inside, and if he didn't make it, Luther Maddie was right there. They believe they can control the line of scrimmage. They got to take the easy plays away from UCLA. So far, they have not done that.
They're down 7.
Offsides again.
Yes, I think so. There's the deep throw. Incomplete down the left side.
Gee, almost inexcusable.
Kendall Fuller was defending.
Offside. Defense number 99. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
James Gale.
I mean, it's just kind of watch the ball. Half step early. You know, now they're going to get 3rd and short, and you won't see Miles Jack, I guarantee you.
No.
No, that way they've run the ball so far against this defense. They're going to stay split out.
3rd down 2, almost jumped again.
Yep.
Chuck Clark, number 19.
There's no safety. Everybody in your picture is there, and now they switch out of it.
They go back. Yep. Hunley across the middle. That one almost intercepted.
Yeah, I think it was Jack Tyler.
Right.
Number 58 is, you know, when you try to throw short, you have to negotiate those linebackers. Tyler, that time, is actually spying on Hunley and knocks down the pass. Oh, it wasn't a pretty pass, but good coverage that time by Kendall Fuller on the play anyway.
So Sean Covington comes on 4th down. Willie Byrne, fair catch. Called for and taken at the 15-yard line. That's a 45-yard punt for Covington. 6:28 to go in the opening quarter. UCLA, Virginia Tech tied at 7.
Well, both quarterbacks have established themselves in this football game. I think both defenses have established that if you're going to run, you're going to have to kind of trick us a little bit, kind of evolving exactly the way we thought it would.
This time they'll go up the middle. This is Jerome Wright, number 25.
Jerome Wright is listed as a fullback, but he's basically a one-back, a single back. You get the motion and almost ran into each other. It's a little bit of that Auburn, you know, Gus Malzahn type of crisscrossing backs, making the linebacker see motion and then run the ball right at the heart of the defense. Very well blocked up front.
David Wang, the center, number 76, over the ball. 3 wide to the right side, and the timeout is taken.
Yeah, I think they had a misaligned formation, and that was called a timeout by Virginia Tech.
5:54 to go, opening quarter from El Paso. Tied at 7.
Is he back out there?
This new year, get a little crazy with Robin Williams and the Crazy Ones, a new episode.
Yeah, he's still
Thursday
on the
at 9, 8 Central, only CBS. Let's go back to that big play with Calvin Klein.
Yeah, sorry, there we were kind of seeing if there was an injury on the play, and you were trying to read what you normally do. Let's go back to that catch. Looked like Calvin Klein was hit a bit on the play because he came up limping just before the timeout, and I wonder if he hurt himself on that play, didn't see it. But on the next play, he kind of feels a twinge and goes off the field.
And Darius Redmond is the tight end now on the field. There's Calvin Klein.
Right, and remember, they lost their kind of go-to tight end for the year early in Ryan Malik.
Ryan Malik. They were sweep. Carlos Parker. There's Klein on the bench.
See, Vern, we just don't sit here while you're doing your promos. We're working, you know.
I understand. Let's go down to Allie.
Guys, Calvin Klein sort of did a slow jog up and down the sidelines, as you saw, just to test it out, but he couldn't do it without limping. So the trainers walked him over to the training table, and right now they're pressing on all spots of his left knee to see if anything's loose in there.
Okay, Allie, thank you. Play action, Thomas back, gets a little pressure, goes deep, overthrows the intended receiver, Dimitri Knowles.
Well, I tell you, he got rid of that ball just in time because he got laid out on that play. And he's actually bent over because Miles Jack, when he finds an angle, remember he's a running back, did a perfect technique. And when Logan Thomas gets up, he barely can catch his breath. He calls this play like this. Let's go, Red 43 on 3. Because you don't get your win back for about...
That's good. I like that.
I've done it many times. Do what you want. I can barely breathe.
On third down. Oh, goodness.
It's a bowl game. We can have fun here, right?
You're darn right.
Exactly.
Thomas's pass intended for number 18, DJ Cole.
Well, we showed McLaughlin earlier in the struggle he might have with Anthony Barr. Let's see if he can do a little better job here. Kicks back. He's got a good one in front of him and does a nice job of keeping Barr to the outside.
And on fourth down, that'll bring on A.J. Hughes. And Ishmael Adams is back to return it.
The second low snap.
Yes, it was. Fair catch. Bounces and takes a hokey roll.
I wonder if that could be called interference because that cost UCLA about 10, 12 yards. Jack Evans is saying, come on, I wanted a fair catch that ball. Yeah, and I think Shaq Evans is right on that. Jim Moore on the sideline, I don't think was very like, what's the deal here? Watch coming down, he signals fair catch and then gets interfered on. Well, you know what? He actually gave up on the play. He felt the Virginia Tech player in front of him and kind of backed off it. I think that's the right call, to tell you the truth.
So that was about a 10-yard hop.
Yes.
And now from inside the 20. Hunley.
Here we go again.
He's been sacked a lot the last 2 years, but look at this. Avoiding the disaster and gaining positive yards, a gain of 12.
Yeah, and you know, and Shaq, excuse me, you look at Brett Hundley and making people miss inside, and it was Luther Matty, number 92. That's the third one in the game. 2 by Matty, 1 outside by Nicholas.
Handoff this time goes to Jordan James.
It's almost...
Well, Hundley has done it on the ground so far in this game.
Yeah, and all three, he's made a guy miss. This is exactly what you want your quarterback to do. Don't run unless you have to. And on these plays, Hundley has had to do it, and he's made positive plays on 3 of them.
Second down, 9.
Boy, but that front for Virginia Tech is stout when there's a run play, aren't they?
Yes.
Nice throw.
Yes, it was. 41, that should be enough to move the chain again.
Well, that's,
Lucien.
Lucien on the play, but, you know, Kendall Fuller was playing man-to-man coverage. And they challenge it, and yes, you're going to get beat some. Good throw, good route, you're going to get beat. But you line up and do it again. They feel Kendall Fuller is going to be brilliant before he leaves Virginia Tech.
And his older brother, Kyle, not able to go today. 2 other Fuller brothers have played for this team.
Total bust by Virginia Tech. I mean, I went and watched practice. They went over that over and over and over again. When they send a man out in motion on that wide throw, someone has to go out with them.
I missed you at practice.
That's
I was in the hotel room practicing my promos.
You got it.
Yeah.
And you're doing great at it.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. It's not beyond me to seek praise.
You got it. But, I mean, that would have been a gimme 15-yard play again.
Second down, 10. Paul Perkins.
Here they come. Nobody deep. 11 Hokies up within 5 yards.
Yes. And a flag. Illegal procedure.
Ball start. Offense. Number 51. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Alex Redmond, number 51.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a quarterback and you're looking back here, there's just nobody back there. You're just thinking, God, that's money back there. I can throw the ball anywhere I want. Inside technique at the top of the screen that Fuller's playing. He's way inside, but he's playing man-to-man. Same look again.
Quarterback draw. Hundley takes off, looks for a downfield block. And he has crossed midfield. Boy, he is something.
Yeah, I mean, when when you sell out on the blitz, if you don't keep the quarterback in the pocket, I mean, there's no second layer to tackle him. He runs right through another tackle. I wonder if it was Jack Tyler. I could not tell exactly who it was. I think it was 58. Unblocked and missed him again.
Go with the running back on this one. That's Stephen Manfro, number 33. Missed a few games with an injury, but feeling good today and got his first carry of the afternoon. 2nd down and 8. Watch out. Manfro goes left to the 16, perhaps the 17-yard line. Daddy Nicholas, number 90, finally caught up with him.
Well, at that time, the UCLA offensive line won one. And it's just again, read, keep, blocked very well up front, and read very well by Manfro to get to the outside and make that thing work. But it all starts with the quarterback. I mean, Hundley's got this Virginia Tech defense on their heels because they're missing tackles when the defense should win.
This time he'll throw behind the receiver. Shaq Evans, number 1, covered by Kendall Fuller. Let's present the Verizon red zone numbers for UCLA. 44 touchdowns on 61 trips inside the 20. That's a percentage of 72%. Second down 10. Nothing.
You're right. I mean, yeah, they busted that big one. But, these are senior veteran players for Virginia Tech. I mean, and we've seen this from the very first game we watched in 2013 against Alabama. These guys are tough to block. They played a lot of plays. They know how to take on blocks. Derek Hopkins does a great job of feeling the block, not giving up any territory and making the tackle.
3rd down 11.
Will they blitz again? It looks like man, but it does. Yes, here they come again.
Hundley, deep right side.
And there's the game plan. I mean, this time it worked. They're not supposed to, in the game plan, allow Hundley to hit wide open guys against the zone. Throw those bubble screens and kind of frustrate the defense. They say, Brett, if you're going to beat us, you're going to beat us with a good throw, and that time he was off just a bit.
And so Kaimi Fairbairn, number 15, is on to attempt a 36-yard field goal, 14 of 20 for the season. And misses badly. Fuller coming to attempt the block. So a long drive comes up empty.
Well, I didn't feel like that there was any pressure that really caused him to hook it. I think he just hooked it. That's all. New holder, by the way, and got hit late on Fuller, didn't it? And I think that's a good no call. Anytime you have a new holder, because Neuheisel's not playing with his injury, so maybe that's a little bit different for the kicker.
Now, Sean Covington is holding now. The regular punter, Jerry Neuheisel, Rick's son, is normally the holder and the backup quarterback. Here's Logan Thomas. Oh, bad pass. Intended for Dimitri Knowles, number 80. 97 seconds to go in the opening quarter. There's Neuheisel. He's got the look, don't you think?
He's got the locks,
at
least.
He's Rick's son, there's no doubt.
Actually, I was surprised. He's a little bigger than Rick. He's a little more stout. We talked to Coach Moore about him. He said, I like him. He's going to get a chance someday to play here. And, you know, maybe a little uncomfortable at first. He said, you know, the different, you know, changing of the staffs, but he called Rick, called Jerry, and said, hey, I'm going to give you a shot. And, you know, I think Morrow will play the best guy, right?
Absolutely. There's Logan Thomas.
Did you do a Sun Bowl with Rick here at all?
I did it when he was the coach.
Oh, when he was a coach.
Yes, he was the coach.
Gotcha.
And we had a touch football game here on the floor.
And he played as a coach.
I drafted him as my quarterback. And
it's a good draft pick.
Andre Ware was working with us, a Heisman Trophy winner, as our sideline reporter. I had him in my team as well. Todd Blackledge was the quarterback for the other team.
Wow.
We won.
I bet Andre does not want you to tell the rest of that story.
No, he does not. Of course not. Nor does Rick.
Good. No, it's not going to work. Nope.
Well, Rick Neuheisel, quarterback, as an undergrad.
Oh, yeah, that's really a strong resemblance there, isn't it?
Remember, the first time I met Rick, Troy Aikman was redshirting at UCLA.
And if I remember right, Rick was a walk-on at UCLA.
Yes, that's right. Boy, we know our college football, don't we?
Just to keep with the theme, that's all. That's
4th and 5. A.J. Hughes will punt again, but not before
UCLA took a timeout.
Okay.
Timeout, UCLA. First charge of the first half. 30-second timeout.
I'm trying to see if they had 10 or in players in. Something wasn't all right. I think they have 11.
Lenny, interrupt your thought for a promo.
At one time, 8 years. I mean,
fantasy football fans, keep the excitement going all postseason with Playoff Challenge. Now with much bigger cash prizes. See rules and sign up at cbssports.com/challenge.
I know what not to go over, the boundaries from now on. I'm going to tell you that.
When you get a full night's sleep,
right, exactly.
You're tough to handle.
Here we go.
Okay, A.J. Hughes, Ishmael Adams. And it will, he's skimmed boy. It's a little dangerous. Well, this is a normally strong defense, but today they've had some slip-ups.
Well, and the toughest guy to handle on missed tackles is the quarterback, because you're going all out at him. You know, first of all, he may throw the ball, so you're on a full rush, and then these great athletes they now have at quarterback can make you look foolish. All in all, Virginia Tech is saying, all right, they got us, a couple penalties, a couple scrambles, but we like our game plan, and we're going to stick to it. Oh, man, I'll tell you, this guy is tough inside.
Luther Maddie.
Yep, Maddie and Hopkins. Maddie's a junior. They say he's going to be the guy next year, number 92. Hopkins has been the kind of the bellwether for years, but look how they get off the ball. Daddy Nicholas is going to be one of them. They got some freshmen that they really like. Woody Barron. It's going to come. Nigel Williams at the next wave. I mean, one thing you know about Virginia Tech and the way they recruit, they know how to look for the type of player that fits their defense.
2nd down, 13. Here they come again. That's a completion to Shaq Evans.
Nice throw. And that's one of those ones, again, I have to say that Virginia Tech is going to tip their hat and say, if you can do that, more power to you.
Gain of 12. Here's the end of the play. 1 foot down, dragged the other. Kendall Fuller, number 11, was defending. And that's the end of the first from the Sun Bowl, the Hyundai Sun Bowl in El Paso. 7-7, Virginia Tech, UCLA. We'll return to the Sun Bowl after this message and a word from your local stations.
Hi, I'm Jack Tyler, linebacker.
I'm Willie Byrne, wide receiver.
We'd like to wish all of Hokie Nation happy holidays.
Hi, I'm Frank Beamer, head football coach at Virginia Tech. Want to wish you a happy holidays and a great new year.
As do we, our CBS crew here for the 46th consecutive year, 7-7, Virginia Tech, UCLA. You had a sense that UCLA was dominant. We're tied.
It feels like it a little bit. Yeah, I think, you know, when you watch the teams play, you can see maybe their deficiencies. Neither team can kind of line up and knock you off the ball and run. I mean, nobody did it against Virginia Tech all year. But you also can see their strengths. Their quarterbacks make it tough when you try to put pressure on them. They can make big plays. So, I mean, we got a good football game. Both teams look like they're lively, ready to play. And I think it should be tight all game.
3rd down 1, and Paul Perkins gets the carry. That'll be 1st down 10. Paul Perkins' dad was a former player, and his uncle was one of the great Dallas Cowboys ever.
Don Perkins. Yes.
Yeah. He was just a number 43. What a terrific player and person.
You covered him, right?
I did. I moved to Dallas in '67, and Don was one of the stars of that the early Cowboys. From Albuquerque. 2nd down 9.
Chuck Clark's on. They got the nickel package in for Virginia Tech.
Looks like the corner's coming. 2nd down. Chuck Clark.
Now will they get out of it? Modern day football.
Looks like it.
Yep. If the offense is changing plays, the defense has to change plays as well.
Play clock at 2, 1. Timeout.
How about that? You know what is interesting there is Brett Hundley must not be able to see because of the light with the sun, the reflection of the play clock in that direction. He had to look back to see it if he needed to call a timeout.
Time call. Got it in time.
Well, just a little bit of the mechanics right here as the play clock is going down. You can tell with the shadows off the offensive lineman that the sun is right behind Brett as he's trying to now determine how much time he has left, and he can't see the clock, the play clock, so he looks behind him and realizes that he has to call a timeout. Very interesting. And from the field level, when you try to see the clock, I mean, it's great there. But when you get it down from a far away, now look at right there. It's hard to see that clock from that far away and find it in this bright sun.
Very good. 2nd down and 9. Almost picked off. That was Brandon Faison, the freshman cornerback.
The ball was just a little bit out of Jordan Payton that time. Just a little bit too far in front of him.
3rd down 9. Low snap. Hundley drills it.
I think that ball was
picked up again.
I thought the ball was tipped.
Was it?
It came off funny off of his hand. Did James Gale tip the ball, number 99? It was a 6-man rush again. Very aggressive. Can't tell. Might have been, because I thought the ball came off very funny that time off the edge. And it might have been Tarek Edwards, number 24, that got it.
Virginia Tech. 2nd charge of the 1st half. 30.
Gale pressures Hundley, and then it just came off his hand funny, didn't it? He just a knuckleball all the way.
Kendall Fuller was close. Now Hundley explaining what he thought happened.
Right, he can't blame the sun on that one. So
no.
Can't help you on that one.
Well, Frank Beamer, 27th year as the head coach at his alma mater, Virginia Tech. And that Aflac provides us a segue to the Aflac trivia question. He leads all active NCAA head coaches with 21 bowl appearances. Who is number 2? As the punt is taken by Willie Byrne, number 82. 44-yard punt, nothing on the return. Early moments, 2nd quarter. Tie game. CBS Sports presentation of the Hyundai Sun Bowl is sponsored by Geico, Verizon, Sonic. And by Hyundai. We're in the opening moments of the second quarter of the 80th Hyundai Sun Bowl, 7-7. Now it's time to take a look at our Home Depot tools for success.
Over in Alley LaForce, and they're open, kind of zeroed in on the walk-on program for Virginia Tech. And let's kind of show what's happened so far in this game. Sam Rogers, number 45, one of those walk-ons. A high school quarterback, by the way, lines up at fullback, tracks, and finishes the block that actually frees up J.C. Coleman for the touchdown. On defense, Jack Tyler spying on this play early in the game, ends up on the crossing route. Brett Hundley throws the ball, and Tyler's right there to make the defensive play. Virginia Tech's program has always been known for these walk-ons. Frank Beamer's done a great job with it, building his program with it, and these are two of the latest.
Jack Tyler. First down 10. Thomas. That was intended for the running back, J.C. Coleman.
Yeah. Just one note, Calvin Klein is back in the game. Number 93 has shaken off that leg problem that he had, or maybe he's just playing with it. A little sore. Also, it looks like Anthony Barr's okay too, doesn't it? By the way, you know, he was out at practice. He didn't come out with the first group. That's why we asked the question, but he looks like he's 100%.
Thomas keeps it. Oh, wow. Let's go. Look at him.
Right. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of people projected him to be a tight end. That should fire up this football team for Virginia Tech.
And that was Miles Jack that could not make the tackle on Thomas. What a run.
Jack has to have a smile on his face. I mean, remember, right now you might be saying, can I go back to running back? Holy cow.
What a terrific run for Logan Thomas. Starting his 40th consecutive game today, and told us yesterday he's as proud of that as anything else. His consistency at that position. Here's Coleman, number 4. Jordan Zumwalt, number 35, makes the tackle. Well, how the two quarterbacks stack up so far today?
Well, they're the two leading rushers, I'll tell you, in the football game. Hundley's done it on the broken plays. That was a called running play right there for Logan Thomas. He's had one scramble on the bootleg, but that one, that makes you feel good if you're on Virginia Tech or a fan of Virginia Tech football. The way Logan is finishing off his career, we kind of kidded him the other day. Do you go much to the social media? I think. And he said, don't ever touch it, to tell you the truth, right?
Second down 9. Play action, under pressure. He's now 2 for 10. Well, one more look at that just terrific effort by Logan Thomas.
Yeah, that was great. I mean, Miles Jack is one of the most physical linebackers, you know, maybe a bit undersized as a freshman, but taking on this guy, and he just refuses to go down. Now, Logan is, you know, very much hoping to go to the next level and play quarterback. He won't be able to play quarterback like that at the next level, but you can see what type of competitor he is.
Third down 9, 7-7 ball game. And the ball at the 42. Calvin Klein is split. Top of the screen. 4-man rush.
Here comes Barr.
Pressure, yep.
Oh! Somebody got even with Logan Thomas on that one.
Ellis McCarthy with the tackle on Thomas, and he's down.
Yeah. I didn't know if it was 30 or 90. Was it 90? Barr flushes him. Oh, my goodness. Actually, it was Zumwalt, wasn't it? Number 35. That was the one that got the hit. And, you know, he actually put his shoulder into him. And what are you supposed to do if you're a linebacker? I mean, he just ran over another linebacker on the play. And I don't know if Zumwalt's being ushered off the field or not right now. I hope not, because I think that was a clean play. I mean, nobody
too.
wants anybody to get hurt on the field. But, you know, the quarterback just ran over a linebacker. There is a flag, obviously. We got it.
The backup is Mark Leal. And the flag is for unnecessary roughness, we are told, but not targeting.
Oh, I don't
see that either.
No, he did not launch. He was on his feet. And remember, he just showed and ran through a guy before. And you have to make note of that if you're a defender, saying, this guy's going to be tough to bring down. We have to be physical with him. And as we were saying, you know, he's not going to be able to play that at the next level.
Yeah.
Physical football as a quarterback. You almost can't play it at this level. Oh, my goodness.
Kind of ironic, we just mentioned his durability and how proud he is of the 40 consecutive starts. Senior out of Lynchburg, Virginia. And one more time, let's take a look at Jordan Zumwalt.
I mean, you know, this is one of the confusing things that college football players are having with the new rules. I don't know what the message is here. Unnecessary roughness. I'm really. It's bad that Logan got hurt. I get that. But the defensive players going, what's the rules? Are we supposed to hit him softly? I mean, because they didn't call targeting. I don't know what the message is to the defense.
And so for the third game only all year, Mark Leal is on 3 of 4 passing the ball, and he's run it once. He'll toss. Coleman.
Zumwalt again. You know, they miss Eric Kendricks, but Zumwalt's a tackling machine too.
And let's go down to Allie LaForce and check in on Logan Thomas.
Right now, one of the trainers told me that it's just a stinger, and they're going to let him shake it off and try to get him back out there, but they're still examining exactly, you know, the extent to which he's in pain. But looks right now they're going to try to get him back out there.
Okay, Allie, thank you.
I guess the *1 question would be that make sure it's not a concussion.
Exactly. Yeah. Leal. There was motion on the left, no flag.
Yeah, there was a flag.
There is a flag.
Yeah, it'll be a flag at UCLA, a 5-yard play.
Offside. Defense, number 99. 5-yard penalty.
That's Cassius Marsh. Offside for UCLA. And so after the penalty, 2nd down 5.
We haven't seen a lot of snaps from under center, but Leal comes in and they do it under center.
Fullback is Sam Rogers, who's cocked to the right side. Coleman is the running back.
Delay game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Now let's go back yet one more time and take a look. This is Zumwalt after the hit.
Yeah, he doesn't want to hurt anybody. He wants to play physical football, but he's not out there trying to injure anyone. He just knows what his job is.
On the bench, Logan Thomas.
I think that's a good sign. You're doing neck exercise like that. I think, you know, Allie may be right. It may just be a shoulder stinger, and they want to get him back on the football field.
Chris Mangus on the field now. There's Rogers going out, and Rogers comes to the near side. We mentioned a quarterback from Mechanicsville, Virginia.
Yeah, Leal gets it out to the outside. Nice snap of that football. And, you know, Sam Rogers was one of those guys that exactly what Frank Beamer talked about. A little bit odd. You know, a quarterback who's 225. He's not 6'3", but a good athlete. So find a place for him on the football field.
Sam Rogers, whose older brother Ben was an offensive lineman at Hampden-Sydney College.
This is the guy. He caused the scram on the last time. Anthony Barr, let's see if he does it again.
Leal chased, has to throw it away. Well, I mentioned the older brother Ben Rogers. There's an amazing story about Ben Rogers. He and 7 of his colleagues at Hampden-Sydney were caught in the house that they shared, a burning fire in the middle of the morning. They all dashed out. Ben Rogers realized that one of his teammates, Kyle Roll, was still inside the building. So Ben went back inside, rescued his teammate. And I was lucky enough to be at the graduation ceremonies at Hampden-Sydney. He and Kyle were the last 2 introduced and got a thunderous ovation from their fellow students. There's a fair catch taken.
Fair catch called for by Evans at the 9.
Shaquille O'Neal. There's Sam Rogers. And there's Ben Rogers. Todd and Becky, mom and dad, are close by. He doesn't realize, obviously, we're telling a story. He's ducking out of the camera shot. This is Ben Rogers. This is live. The minute we showed his picture, his phone started ringing. He has not been off the phone since. There's the first phone call.
He goes, what?
He's got a buddy calling him, saying, hey, they were just talking about you on television.
He's on his 3rd call, right? Yeah.
Oh, that is so awesome. Just a terrific young man, and he's a hero. He is a hero. And let's bring the duck back on. We'll go Aflac. The trivia answer: Frank Beamer leads all active NCAA head coaches, 21 bowl appearances. Who's second? Steve Spurrier.
Yeah, I guessed Mac Brown.
Yeah.
But I guess he doesn't technically qualify, right? Because he's not active today?
That's right.
That's lousy.
It's like the charging rule. Targeting rather.
Well, I still think that's lousy. He should have got his name on there. I'm arguing with that.
Yeah, I'm coming outside.
You're just contentious. Oh goodness. 2nd and 6.
Uh-oh. Got the wide.
There we go. Another one.
Yep.
Oh, he gets a great block. There goes Hundley. He's looking for another block. He's not going to need it.
Unbelievable.
Brett Hundley. It was Devin Fuller who let him loose. That is an 86-yard touchdown run.
Well, when I said uh-oh right away, you could see the scramble just opening up from the sideline as he dropped back. But right there, you see a lot of UCLA fans going, Brett, could you try to do that again next year for us? Because there's one more decision for Brett to make, whether he should go turn pro.
His previous long run this season was 37 yards. 86. Oh, doink. How about that?
It would not be New Year's Eve without a doink from Vern Lundquist.
I claim no originality on that. No.
Well,
we all steal from each other.
You got it. Well, when he drops back, you can see it open up, gets the pressure inside, and as you said, the block by Devin Fuller, number 7,
boom,
and that frees it downfield. Shaq Evans is also kind of chicken hawking his man down the field and getting another one, and then the speed of Brett Hundley. As I was saying when we visited with Brett yesterday, you know, I've been hearing his name since he was a junior in high school.
Right.
So it's been 4 or 5 years we've known about Brett being a 5-star athlete. You see why right there. His dad was a running back at Arizona. He can throw, but this time he showed he can run. And at the end, he does a little bit of a celebration.
Congratulations to the lucky ticket.
Welcome back to El Paso, where the UCLA Bruins lead Virginia Tech 14-7 with just a little over 9 minutes to play until the half. Coming up on the Geico Halftime Report, we will reward the Red Lobster Scholar Athlete of the Year. Take an in-depth look at what drives UCLA's Brett Hundley, and the studio crew previews the BCF Bowl. That's all coming up on the Geico Halftime Report.
All right, Allie, thank you very much. Look forward to that. Brett Hundley, 86 yards.
Yeah, you can kind of see the view that we saw here, you know, from high above, how it opens up. It's actually too wide of a rush, and then when he gets to the broken field, 1 block, 2 blocks, and then a 4-4-4-5 40, and there's no truth that Jim Mora was saying tackle him, because we all know that UCLA wants the best for Brett, obviously, but they also know how important it would be for him to come back for their season next year.
Well, he's a redshirt sophomore. He can declare for the NFL, and we had a really terrific conversation with him yesterday. He said, I seriously don't know.
Yes.
There's the kickoff taken by J.C. Coleman.
But he also said that if he gets the urge to announce, he's going to announce it right after the game.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. He said he'll go to Alley.
Yep.
And with Jim Mora at his side, either sad or glad.
Yes, exactly.
And he'll say whether he's coming back or not. Now, I don't think that's going to happen, but he had a scenario.
Those guys put the hats on during the Army-Navy game. What was it, the All-American Army game? Whatever it is.
Yeah, right.
Under Armour, Adidas, Nike game, whatever that is.
One of them. One of the above, which, is going to lead me right back to the UCLA uniforms.
No, I'm beginning to like them, to tell you the truth.
Oh, come on. I need you on the dark side.
No. No, nice cut back.
Yes. Jerome Wright, number 25.
Pushing around Cassius Marsh. Good block to the outside by Lawrence Gibson, number 63. Cut back inside of it. Just exactly the way you're supposed to do it. A first down run, getting more than 4 yards.
Mark Leal is still the quarterback. Remember that on the previous possession, Jordan Zumwalt had a hard tackle on Logan Thomas. He's not been back in. That's Jerome Wright again, number 25. And there on the sideline, Logan Thomas.
You do have to not kind of get caught up in here. I mean, yes, Hundley's got 168 yards rushing. He's made a tremendous run. He's got 5 scrambles in the game. So far, it's 14-7.
Exactly.
I mean, it's a football game. Of course, Virginia Tech without Thomas in the game, they're the big handicap here.
Blitz across the middle, high but caught by Joshua Stanford, number 5.
Stanford, that's a nice catch. On a short pass, it's hard to handle those passes that aren't right on target.
Brandon Sermons was the man who made contact.
They call the first down. It is interesting with Sanford and Knowles, the 2 receivers. I mean, I don't know if you can find... Oh, we do have somebody down.
Miles Jack.
Two of the marquee players in this game now. Not one on the sideline, and see him rushing right here on the edge. Look, I don't know if it was his left arm twisted behind him as Lawrence Gibson was kind of grabbing it and got bent backwards, or he tweaked something. I don't know. Yeah, it looks like as he came around the corner that time, gets it pulled, and just kind of must twist his ankle or knee or something on the play.
Miles Jack is one of the emerging freshman stars in college football. He first met Jim Mora when he was 13 years old.
We had a lot of fun talking to him yesterday, didn't we?
Gosh,
yeah,
yes.
He understands it.
Yes. And we'll get a report to Valley, I'm sure, shortly. 7:15 to go. Jerome Wright again getting a lot of carries here. And we've got let's go down to Alley.
Miles Jack is laying on the trainer's table, and right now they're just stretching his left leg out. It was hurting so bad that he had to push himself up onto the trainer's table with his right leg only because he couldn't apply any pressure. That's all we know right now.
All right, Allie, thank you. Here's Sam Rogers. They're in the eye. Right is the deep back. Darius Redmond, the tight end, comes tight to the right. Dimitri Knowles heads to the left side. Leal stumbles as he goes back. Throws it nice open.
Yes.
Joshua Stanford, nice play.
As you meant, you know, I think part of the stumble might have helped the play on this one. Two-man route, just two people going out, one man long, and just an easy out pack to the outside. It's almost the first play you put in as a play-action pass. And Stanford and Knowles, two odd receivers. One's from Ontario, Canada, the other from Freeport, the Bahamas.
Exactly.
About as far apart as you can get.
Miles Jack is back on the field. This is Carlos Parker, number 16. He battles inside the 30-yard line.
That jet sweep from Parker has been one of the key plays for Virginia Tech in the game. And this would be huge for Virginia Tech. I mean, not only might they get out of the half without their starting quarterback, maybe they can get Thomas for the second half, but they're also mounting a drive, you know, could put points on the board here because they don't want to give it back to UCLA and Hundley again. They've seen enough of that scramble. They need to adjust.
5.5, just under 5.5 to go. First half of play. Chris Mangus is now the running back, and he gets the carry.
Comes back.
Ouch.
As Jordan Zumwalt is showing why, when we asked Jim Mora yesterday, you know, will Zumwalt play at the next level? And he said, oh yeah, Zumwalt is a football player, and he finds the big plays and makes the big hits, and we saw another one right there.
Miles Jack was also a part of that one, and it's a first down and 10. 14-7 under 5 to go in the first half.
When are they going to find Willie Byrne?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, well, that's the new quarterback in there. You don't get a lot of snaps, and it's not pretty, and that one definitely wasn't. When you're trying to crisscross all those guys and do the shotgun snap, I mean, this time it wasn't the way they drew it up.
There's Parker and Mangus.
Yeah, that's
lucky he held on to the ball.
Remember at the end of the Auburn-Georgia game, when Auburn ran into each other and almost blew the game, they could not get out of their way at the end of the game before the long pass. When you're trying to run these, you know, motion plays, you better do it right or it looks really ugly.
Leal shakes the tackle, heads to the 20 and gets there. There's Zumwalt again, but there is a flag down. And let's go down to Allie.
Logan Thomas is still getting worked on, guys. The report from the team was that they were going to continue to evaluate him throughout the half, so you will not see him until after the half.
All right, thank you. 14-7, 3:58 to go, first half. Go-ahead score, an 86-yard run by Brett Hundley. Thomas on the bench. Holding call against Virginia Tech, so second down and 19 now. Four-man UCLA rush, screen pass. J.C. Coleman got a nice move.
Yeah, it was a nice call, too, by Scott Loeffler on the play. He's got a second-string quarterback in the football game. You know UCLA is going to try to attack the quarterback and come up with a very nifty call and a nice finish on it by Coleman.
Big Andrew Miller, number 74, was out there. Nice block. And it's third down 6.
Well, they got the slot. They got Willie Byrne wide open. Nobody covering him.
He runs a crossing pattern, and Leal cannot get rid of it. Kenny Orgioki, number 46, with the sack.
Yeah, I thought if Byrne just went out there straight and just kind of hooked up, they had him, but they had him called on a crossing route. And Orgioki comes in and beats his man and makes the sack.
And so,
you think they're going to go field goal from that far?
Well, it looks this way. And this young man, this is Michael Brentover. He is about to attempt his first field goal ever from 46 yards. He's been a punter most of his career at Virginia Tech. Kind of a tough snap. And
he missed it, but it looked like he was close, that they were only like 6 yards deep too on the play, which really brings the block in on the play. Gets it off, and hits it cleanly, but not really close.
Ishmael Adams had a little bit of pressure.
I really thought they would punt the ball there, to tell you the truth, because now you give UCLA field position with 2 minutes to go, and a hot quarterback, he's already got you spooked because of his scrambling. He can throw. This might cost Virginia Tech more than 3 points here.
2:08 before the break. Hundley with 168 yards rushing so far. Then swing pass out to the right.
It's been happening all game, and this time they got burned.
Jordan James.
They were not aligned, but Bud Foster was screaming at his defense to get lined up properly, and that wide arc right there was not covered. It's been open all game, and this time James Gale got there too late. Now Virginia Tech will be on their heels. They're going to blitz them.
Indeed they are. Hundley, deep left side. Single coverage, incomplete. Devin Lucien, covered by Brandon Faison.
Faison did a nice job on this one. Young football player, freshman, does not panic, panics a little bit, but gets away with it. Maybe the officials were looking into the sun there on that call. I'm quite sure.
Second down, 10. Low snap. Under some pressure.
They got it.
Screen pass. Paul Perkins.
Number 24, Paul Perkins.
Screen and a screen.
First down 10, 1:33 to go. Snap is low again. Hundley. Oops. Shaq Evans. Should have had it.
Might not have been the worst thing, though. With the clock the way it is right now, only one timeout. If you catch the ball, you're only going to get 3 or 4 yards on the play. It's all-out man coverage, challenging everybody on the field to cover their man to man.
And they come again. That one's tipped and incomplete. It'll be third down. Devin Lucien, the intended receiver, number 15. And Brandon Faison, number 31.
Second time Hundley had a slant pass that he did not put it into the receivers, midsection. On those quick passes like that, receivers running full speed, you got to put it right on them.
3rd and 10. Hundley deep left, incomplete.
The style that Bud Foster has dialed up has worked. It's been the scramble has killed him, but in the passing game, Hundley has not shown that he's been able to stand there and hit the players man-to-man coverage. He's been off on those angled throws to the sideline.
And so it's 4th down with 1:22 to go. Sean Covington comes off the punt. Willie Byrne is the deep man. This one, oh boy. Takes a hokey hop.
A hokey hop. I like that.
It's the Sun Bowl.
Exactly, I like that.
Well, we've had a couple of unfortunate injuries here. This was Logan Thomas before the injury.
Yeah, he had a couple good throws. Remember, he had that run that we said I don't know if he can do that all game, play physical like that, and right after that physical play, comes up to the outside, and Zumwalt says, we can play physical too. Now, it cost Zumwalt 15 yards. He wasn't doing anything on purpose, but, you know, you got the backup in the football game, and there's a little bit difference in experience between the two.
Leal is a redshirt junior out of Green Acres, Florida.
Virginia Tech does not need to run a play. They can get out of the half by just taking a knee.
Yeah.
And they almost had disaster right there.
That would be the prudent thing to do.
Sure would be.
Backed up at the 7-yard line.
UCLA with only one timeout. They can get out of the half. I mean, it's not a disaster. 14-7. You lost your quarterback. Take a knee.
Nope. So Coleman runs it right. 30 seconds to go before the break.
Remember, Virginia Tech gets the ball to start the second half as well.
Right.
Okay, you know how that communication, somebody just called down to Virginia Tech and said, just get
Take a knee.
Take a knee.
Take a knee.
Get out of here, it's over.
Gary just said, for heaven's sake.
No, Frank Sardine knew it. I'm just kidding.
No knee needed. The clock will expire. 14-7, the difference in the game. An 86-yard touchdown run by the quarterback, Brett Hundley. And the Bruins, one of those little factoids, under Jim Mora are 16-0 when leading at the half. It's not quite Saban-like, but, you know.
Pretty good.
It
lost.
is. Yeah.
Well, it looks like he's okay to me. I mean, I think it was precautionary. Wait him, rest out to the second half, and see if he can play the second half. We hope so for him.
Chatting with Scott Novak, our officiating crew out of the Big 12 today. And Allie LaForce is with Frank Beamer.
Coach, from what you know, what's the status of Logan Thomas?
I'm going to check right here. You know, the doctors are checking with him. I'll know here in a few minutes.
If Leal is your man in the second half, what do you need to see from him to win this ball game?
He's done a nice job. He's come in there and thrown a couple nice balls, and you know, we got to help him out. But you know, I have a lot of confidence in Mark, and feel like he's going to do a good job.
Coach, how do you stop Hundley in the big play?
That's the one thing we got to do a heck of a lot better job is keeping him from getting loose. You know, he's their weapon, and we got to get that done.
Good luck in the second half.
Allie, thank you. The end of the first half with our score 14-7. The Sun Bowl in El Paso. We'll be back with a Geico halftime report after this message and a word from your local station. Shakes the tackle, strolls in.
Thomas calls for the ball on third down, lets it go, and he's got his man. The football to Coleman, running right, dives across, touchdown Tech, J.C. Coleman.
There goes Hundley. That is an 86-yard touchdown run. Good crowd here at the Sun Bowl, the Hyundai Sun Bowl, 14-7. As we get set for the start of the third quarter, let's quickly go down to Allie LaForce, an update on Logan Thomas.
Hey guys, they're still evaluating Logan Thomas. They did rule him out for now, but they have not officially ruled him out yet for the entire game. So it's still, you know, minute by minute, quarter by quarter.
All right, and that, of course, will obviously affect the offensive potential of Virginia Tech. Mark Leal played quite well in his spot. So we're ready. Virginia Tech, if you'll recall, won the toss and opted to defer the option, so they will get the football to open the third quarter. Kaimi Fairbairn will kick off for UCLA. Dimitri Knowles and J.C. Coleman are the two deep men. No matter. This will be a touchback. I'm just interested in your reaction to the circumstance with Logan Thomas.
Well, it's a tough break. That's the risk you do when you're one of those quarterbacks that challenges defenses with playing physical football. It looks like he's okay, but in modern football, you know, on caution. You got to be very careful with these guys.
Absolutely. If Leal is the man, he's played quite well.
All right. They're not going to run the whole offense with him. It's going to be a little bit different than what, with Logan Thomas in there. But, all of us that have been backup quarterbacks that come in the game, number one, just the quarterback center exchange, make clean handoffs, take the easy throws. Do not try to do too much.
And there's a play action on first down. Leal scrambles. Hit from behind and down by Miles Jack, number 30. And there is a flag down. Take us through, Gary.
The first face mask on the defense, number 30. 15-yard penalty. First down.
First half trends.
Yes, well, of course, the first half that Brett had, of all the rushing yards, the way he's been able to do it, all on broken plays, basically all pass plays. Thomas and Leal, I've combined. They have not had a tremendously stat, part of this football game. But, they've, held them in there. It's not out of reach for Virginia Tech.
Penalty was a face mask call on Miles Jack. Coleman. Still upright for a moment, and then down. J.C. Coleman. He's a tiny guy, 5'7", 191 yards. And again, the leading rusher for Virginia Tech, Trey Edmonds, injured in the last game against Virginia and not able to go today. Second and 2. They'll try Coleman again, and he is gang tackled. Anthony Barr led the surge defensively, number 11.
Well, those two guys, we've talked about them all game. It's Virginia Tech. They're not the only team that hasn't been able to block those two guys. Jack and Barr are just tough matchup. You add Zumwalt in there. If Eric Kendricks, I've done a lot of, SEC football, obviously. And linebackers, some of the best linebackers in the country, Alabama, LSU. But these four guys match up with anybody I've seen.
Third and 3. Five-man rush. Leal puts it down, looks for a block. Looks for an open receiver and then throws it away. And he takes the hit on the sideline.
Guess who?
Jordan Zumwalt. It's just automatic.
Exactly. He plays at his own pace. Senior, played a lot of football. He's been chasing these running quarterbacks in the Pac-12 for a long time, and he said, I finally got to hit a few of them.
A.J. Hughes will punt.
They've had snaps. Remember, low snaps have been a story so far for Virginia Tech. Let's see if he gets a clean one.
Eddie D'Antuono is the snapper, the long snapper for the team. 4th and 3. That's a little low.
Beautiful punt.
Yes. Fair catch. Shaq Evans has it inside the 15-yard line. 14-7, Hundley and the Bruins about to come back on offense. Of the NCAA championship.
Vern?
Yes?
Now, I know you don't do it as much.
Right.
And I went to Purdue. Do you miss that drive down to Bloomington? Staying at, what's the Holiday Inn Express down there?
As you know, I lived in a ski resort, right? Steamboat Springs. And it was always a challenge to fly from one blizzard into another blizzard. And then drive for a couple of hours.
I thought you were talking about Bobby's personality there for a second.
West Lafayette, East Lansing. Been there many times. First down and 10.
They're not changing their game plan.
Hundley, good coverage.
Yep. Oh, they're going to call it pass interference.
Oh, wow.
Armbar on that play.
Tariq Edwards, number 24, pleading his case.
Pass interference. Defense number 24. 15-yard penalty. First down.
I'm sure they're going to call it as, impeding the progress, arm bar the whole way down. Matched up against the running back on the play, linebacker, and yeah, you stick that arm out there, you're just inviting a call.
That was Stephen Manfro, the intended receiver, so.
Here it is again, no safety on the field, challenge every play, every run.
Good job, baby, let's go, let's go.
I heard a good job, Xavier, there from the sideline. That's Xavier Suafila, the left tackle. Fascinating young man, another guy that we got to talk to yesterday, just returned from a 2-year LDS mission in Alabama and Florida.
Yeah, also making a decision whether he will turn pro.
Turns 23 on Wednesday. Jack Tyler comes.
Watch Jack
unimpeded.
And Jack Tyler this time said, I'm not going for the sack on this one. I'm going to run in there and wait for the quarterback to run. I mean, you don't see this very often, but when you get burned for as many yards, watch off the quarter, watch him stop. Now that's a pass play, and he goes, heck with the sack. I'm going to wait for Hundley to run the ball.
Good on you. Tyler listed at 6'1", 230.
It's like covering a punt when you come around the corner
right.
like that.
3rd down and 10.
Same defense.
The one deep man's Kyshawn Jarrett.
In very deep.
No, he's not.
Yep.
Tipped by Jack Tyler.
You know, you just said at halftime, if you're Bud Foster, you say, hey, listen, the game plan's the game plan. I mean, if you're going to let him scramble for 168 yards, we're going to lose pretty bad. We're going to cover in the secondary. We're going to blitz him. And if he breaks the line of scrimmage, we're in trouble. Slow down, break down, and make the tackle.
Sean Covington with the punt. Willie Byrne with the return, and he doesn't get very far. That's a 48-yard punt, 1 on the return. $14-7. Daddy, D-A-D-I, Nicholas Tyler. Well, good news if you're a Hokie fan. The fellow with the helmet on is Logan Thomas. He's going to come back. Recall that he was injured on this play, the hit from Jordan Zumwalt. And sat on the bench for much of the second quarter, but he is back.
Or he's faking he's got back, one of the two.
Yeah.
He's gone from no helmet to helmet. We do know that. Now he's he's
my
not
goodness,
go
look at that.
Yeah, that was...
We thought, I think we all thought we saw the helmet, and
it was part of the act. That's why he was smiling on there. He had a big old grin on, saying, let's make the commentators and the UCLA coaching staff fools of themselves.
Well, he accomplished one part of that.
We usually do that by ourselves.
Yes. We don't need much help. Here's Willie Byrne.
Nice.
Leading receiver this year, and Allie told you that as we began the afternoon, only 1 catch in his career before this year. That's his 50th catch this season. Second down and 2. J.C. Coleman with another carry. That'll move the chain.
Watch Mark Leal get involved in this play after he hands it off. He'll hand it off and get a block on the play, just on just an edge to give that last little step by the running back. I don't even know if he got a big piece of it, but he gave it a good try.
First down 10. Sam Rogers and Chris Mangum on either side of Mark Leal. Reverse. Dimitri Knowles gets a block on the edge from Sam Rogers. And that gives him an additional 5 or 6 yards.
That was a nice battle. Sam Rogers, a walk-on freshman, against a top 5 draft pick, Anthony Barr, in the middle of your screen. Barr turns it back in, but still a fun matchup. Rogers, you're going, are you kidding me? This is my job? I mean, when you go to practice, you watch it, he just like jumps out at you. Barr does. 6'5", 260 pounds.
Spent his first couple of years as a running back. Here's the reverse again. Parker, number 16.
Nice job by Scott Loeffler here, trying to finesse a running game here. You really, Logan Thomas brings so much to the table and what he does. Now you got to back up in there. How can you kind of manufacture some plays? Scott, longtime assistant at Michigan, down in Florida for a while. Coach Tebow was at Auburn, and now Frank Beamer hires him to be his offensive coordinator. Look at this big offensive tackle. Lined up right there. McLaughlin, number 71.
And they go left instead to Rogers. Gary mentioned he was a quarterback primarily at Mechanicsville.
Yep, linebacker, running back.
Sam Rogers.
Probably,
His mom is a graduate of Virginia. Said he thought about that, but
Rogers is going, like, I'm out here blocking Anthony Barr, and my brother gets the key shot of the game here in the stands. That doesn't seem right either.
If you just joined us, his brother Ben is here watching. And Ben, who played offensive line at Hamden, Sydney. Toss. Jerome Wright. And just if you did not see us in the first half, Ben Rogers, a wonderful story. In his senior season, he and 6 suite mates were caught in a house fire and came out, and Sam's brother Ben went back in to save a teammate. Both were burned. Kirk rolled more seriously than Ben Rogers, but wonderful story. There's Ben.
Yes.
Now his cell phone's going to light up again.
Yeah, again, Verna, Calvin Klein, since that touchdown catch, has not touched the ball, number 93. Third down key play right here. Can they get him the ball?
Leal.
Nice pick play there.
Willie Byrne.
Beautifully designed play here. These are these pick plays. Everybody has them. This motion into a bunch formation. Burns going to come here and get a couple of guys driving off and force the UCLA player to go around. You see how the defender has to go wide and create the space. That's a play that creates the space.
And Calvin Klein is down.
Yeah, that's that same leg. He's given all he can, and that's it. That happened, I believe, on that first catch down to the 1-yard line. It never was right after that. Kind of taped it together. Even trying to do a pick play, it kind of went out on him.
Freshman out of Boca Raton.
I told the great story. Did you tell the story, Vern? If you did, yeah. Maybe I'll do the second half. For those of you who weren't here in the first half.
Okay.
I mean, they were redshirting him in that Alabama game, and he comes in and he's a starter. I mean, that's an amazing story for a guy to be, not even counted on at all to being starting in major college football.
This is right. That was a mess from the beginning, and Miles Jack was in the middle of it. Let's go back early in the game, the first touchdown drive, or the only touchdown drive for Virginia Tech.
I mean, a great throw into the secondary, in between the zones. Klein from Logan Thomas, and set up the touchdown. I guess if you're a basketball player around the Miami area, and you watch Jimmy Graham, who played basketball for the University of Miami, you go, hey, I might try that. I think Calvin Klein noticed that.
Second down, 12.
You can throw it. Remember,
Rogers
as a quarterback
comes back to Leal.
They were going to throw it again.
They were.
They were going to throw it again.
Guess who? Miles Jack.
Yep. See, you're trying to manufacture a play. You hand it off to a fullback who was a high school quarterback. Then you're going to throw it back as a lateral to your backup quarterback who was supposed to throw it again. But Miles Jack, as Jim Mora told us he sees everything, and he reacts instantly, and he's got great instincts for football, and he was all over it.
$14-7, 6:40 to go, third quarter. Third down.
Loss is 8 yards back to the 42-yard line.
I think we saw that guy when we came on the air, right?
Yep. He closed the gate.
There's a quarterback slip. Leal stumbles. And let's go down to Allie LaForce, an update on Calvin Klein.
The trainers were bending his knees and moving his leg around in different positions to try to see what hurt. It was the inside of his left knee that he kept holding on to, and he kept shaking his head no. And then the trainer pressed on a certain spot in his knee, and he said, yes, that's it. And then all the trainers kind of walked away and just started patting him on the back. Also nice to note is Antone Exum, who has battled injuries his whole career, was standing beside him most of the time, giving him encouragement. But no official update.
Okay, Allie, thank you. A.J. Hughes on to punt. Shaq Evans will be the deep man.
Oh, he touched it. Whoa! And that's it. Virginia Tech needed help like that.
Yes, and they got it.
It was that end-over-end kick. And Evans, fighting the sun a bit, just muffed it.
Another look.
Jeez. Misjudged it, turned the wrong way. Boy, he really misjudged that at the end and had to reach to the left at the last second. Obviously touched the ball, and now, you know, Virginia Tech's opportunity to get, you know, a cheapie, basically. They're going to have trouble, you know, driving against UCLA, it looks like, with a backup quarterback. Now they've got their opportunity.
Well, it was the snapper who recovered it, Eddie Duantono. And the ball, Virginia Tech has it at the 12-yard line. Inside give. DJ Coles, his first catch of the day.
Well, we're very well scouted here by Virginia Tech. I was just about to say at UCLA, when you get inside the 15-yard line, they love to come right after you with the all-out blitz on first down. That's the perfect call against it, and UCLA did a good job of not letting that one dance right into the end zone.
And here are the Hokies Verizon Red Zone stats. 22 of 40 on trips inside the 20 with touchdowns. Coles to the right side. Blitz.
Yep, 7 again.
That's J.C. Coleman.
You know, you wonder right here if Frank Beamer's thinking 14-7, you know, how many chances are we going to have? Do I just go think about giving it a 4-down opportunity right here? With my defense that I have coming back, I've got, you know, all those seniors and up front for my defense and linebackers. I think I give every break to the offense and just go, let's go 4 downs, have an opportunity to make a first down still. I make this call thinking I've got 4 downs.
For the moment, 3rd and 2.
Here comes the blitz again, by the way.
Indeed. Leal into the end zone. Incomplete. DJ Coles for a moment looked like he had possession.
Yeah, great coverage by Anthony Jefferson, though, for UCLA. It's that kind of baited play where the slot back rubs out to the outside, and Jefferson does a great job of sticking with his man. Good position, and it deflects the ball. Really good defense.
And they will go for the field goal. Shaq Evans leads the applause on the UCLA bench. This is a 22-yarder. Michael Branthover.
Remember how close he was on the extra point. And he got it.
He's just made his first field goal of his career. In his 3rd season at Virginia Tech, Michael Branthover is the 4th place kicker that the Hokies have used this year.
Well, Shaq Evans is just saying, We did a nice job, guys. I put you in a bad spot. Anthony Jefferson, you're my guy.
CBS Sports presentation of the Hyundai Sun Bowl is sponsored by Red Lobster, Aflac, LG G2, and by Autotrader.com. We are back in El Paso, and a reminder, as you look at the mountains surrounding this city, coming up later, the play of the game presented by Napa Auto Parts. Well, Logan Thomas, last time we saw him, he had his helmet on.
Right.
This time?
No shoulder pads. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, he ain't playing. I'm telling you that right now. The helmet, he got me. The shoulder pads, I got you. He's done.
Well, that's tough. He was injured when hit by Jordan Zumwalt back early in the second quarter. Michael Branthover, who just cut the lead to 4, will kick off. Ishmael Adams, number 24, with a chance to return it now.
Too much space between the wedge and the returner. Has to be about 8 to 12 yards. UCLA was almost 20 yards ahead of him on that play. I remember my days with Bill Cowher as the special teams coach with the Cleveland Browns, preaching that all the time. Wedge, stay back, be patient. Whatever happened to Bill Cowher?
I don't know. You know, some guys just disappear once they quit coaching.
Well, look, again, they are attacking Hundley, I'll tell you.
Kendall Fuller with the tackle.
I don't know who it was jumping from the outside, did not allow that throw right from the beginning.
That was Kendall Fuller.
Yes, it was, from a corner blitz on the play.
Big play of the game was an 86-yard touchdown run by Hundley. This time he flips it out to the right side, and it's Stephen
nice
Manfro. Yes.
Nice play by Manfro, because that was turned in nicely by Chuck Clark into Jack Tyler, and Manfro just made a miss. You know, it's a decent defense right here. This is a play, get it out to the running back. Now turned in nicely by number 19, and then the miss by Tyler. And that's good running back play. Get a guy in space, and he makes the play.
First down 10 at the 35. This is Paul Perkins again. And James Gale makes the stop, number 91 for Virginia Tech. James Gale's Uncle Sean. Remember the Chicago Bears and that wonderful 46 defense back in the mid-80s.
Wow. Kaishan Jarrett coming from the secondary that time, making that play. Again, it's all attack. Everybody has a man and attack them as soon as they get the football. And Jarrett comes out, makes the play. Next kind of corner that they moved inside and has played physical enough to please this Virginia Tech defensive staff.
Third down 10 blitz. Open receiver left side. Devin Lucien, wow, at the 50 and forced out of bounds. Dietrich Bonner, number 8, finally made the stop.
Well, one missed tackle to the outside, and that's what kind of broke the play. Isolated, make the throw, miss the tackle, and they're gone. I just said Kaishan Jarrett made the big play. He just made the misplay on that one.
Look at this, 26 different players. That's the most since 2008. Second down 8.
Tarek Edwards lined up at linebacker, coming off the edge like they've done all game.
Hundley comes near side to Jordan Payton.
And that's the question, will UCLA be patient enough to take the hitch? Because the outside Kendall Fuller is playing off. He's giving the 5-yard throw. He's being challenging UCLA to be patient enough. He's off again. Another 5 yards. They could do that and kind of maybe chase Virginia Tech off out of this defense or force Fuller to move up and play bump and run coverage.
Jordan James with the carry, number 6. Tariq Edwards, number 24, with the tackle. See the graphic display of this current drive. It's 14-10. Blitz. Hundley gets rid of it. Got it. Around the left side, Jordan James.
That's a tough assignment. Terrell Wilson, number 66, is a defensive end that has to peel with the running back. He gets flanked right away. Once he gets flanked, he can't get there. You got a 66 covering a running back. That's a good guy to throw the ball to.
First down 10 after the gain of 15. Stephen Manfro, number 33. And we've got 20 seconds left, third quarter.
This is a tough matchup for the UCLA offensive line. You know, they lost their 2 tackles on this football team, Torian White, Simon Goins. They played with young youth, and oh boy, here we go. Trick formation here. I don't even know who's who. I'm sure Virginia Tech doesn't either. Got Beninack out there as a wide receiver.
Number 56 of the offensive team lined up in the neutral zone at the snap. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
That's the second time they've ran a gimmick play, UCLA, and they've messed up the play.
Right.
There's Beninack, the tackles out here. I don't know if that's a guard next to him or a receiver or a fullback. They tried to kind of hurry that play up and get it played before the end of the quarter, and maybe they rushed it just a little bit too much for their own good.
Now that is the end of 3 from the 80th Hyundai Sun Bowl in El Paso. We'll return to the Sun Bowl right after this word from your local station. This was a moment ago as they changed ends of the field. That's the UCLA bunch. And toward the end of this emotional demonstration, James Gale of Virginia Tech. I'm not so impressed with this.
What were they saying?
I couldn't
We want
understand.
more. We want some more. We want, and I was Gale saying, well, "I'm right here. Come get some more." But you know,
I'm not sure.
I mean, they're not. Okay, it's a really big series here for UCLA. I mean, a touchdown could put the game out of reach. You know, I don't want to give away a field goal, but the value of a touchdown here obviously is big with a backup quarterback from Virginia Tech. Interesting play calling for the UCLA staff
on this drive, and this is the 12th play of the drive.
The quick passing game has worked for him lately.
Hundley's 5 of 5 on this current drive.
There it is again.
Make it 6 for 6.
Yep.
Jordan Payton, number 9.
They've really decided, okay, if you're going to blitz us and you're going to play off, I mean, this is not really that hard. I mean, we're going to have to throw the quick slants and the quick hitches to the outside. UCLA is now committed to doing that and has kind of broke down this Virginia Tech defense.
Third down 2. And UCLA leading by 4. Up the middle, touchdown. Paul Perkins, untouched.
Well, Chuck Clark coming right from the outside. He had to stay honest for Hundley. Blown off inside the offensive line. I think Xavier Suafilo did a nice job just crushing that Virginia Tech offensive line and folding it down a huge hole.
Scott Quessenberry, the left guard, is one of the 3 freshmen. Also had a nice block. We saw Quessenberry's brother Paul suit up for Navy, Army-Navy game 2 weeks ago.
The quick passing game kind of started this drive and then finished this drive. They just got the ball out of their hands. They knew the blitz was coming. A couple of missed tackles. Remember the missed tackle by Jarrett early in that drive, and then finally the zone read. Suafilo does a nice job with his block, and they walk into the end zone.
Hey, you guys, Brett Hundley, quarterback of UCLA. I just want to wish my family, the Bruin Nation, a happy holidays and have a blessed one.
Hello, I'm Xavier Suafilo, offensive lineman for the UCLA Bruins. Just want to wish all the Bruin family and my family happy holidays.
Hi, I'm Coach Mora from UCLA, and I want to wish all of you a very happy New Year.
And we join in those best wishes to all of you across the country. 21-10. What do you see now?
Well, you know what I want to say is what I'm not saying. We miss Tracy Wolfson, too. You know, we drafted Allie. We miss our starter, too. You know,
Yeah.
We don't have the Wolf down there, so we want to say Happy New Year to Tracy as well, right?
Right, very nice.
I think, you know, good players making some plays. Hundley making the scrambles. Now he's got the passing game. I mean, he's over total offense himself, over 300 yards himself. He's having a great football game.
Yes, he is, and there doesn't seem much question at this point about the player of the game.
No, that's pretty. Maybe Zumwalt, but I'll go next with Hundley. You're right.
That's the kind of experience that comes out of this booth. Here's the kick. There it goes. Now let's go back and take a look at Brett Hundley in this game.
Yeah, at the beginning of the game, it was, I thought, you know, aggressive defense by Virginia Tech. Maybe you could say too aggressive, I don't know. But they sure did not handle the athletic ability. We talked about it in the open, that off the passes, Hundley had to be a weapon in the game for UCLA, and he has been.
That, by the way, the 86-yard run, the longest ever by a Bruin in a bowl game. First down 10. Jerome Wright with the tackle.
It's kind of tough to watch Virginia Tech come into a game. You know, they were excited to play. Logan Thomas excited to play his final game at Virginia Tech. As you said, ironically, we're talking about 40 straight games, and he gets knocked out of this one. You know, everybody out there wants their #1 guy to finish the season off the right way. But I do applaud Virginia Tech for being cautious with a guy. He's got a great future at the next level, and you don't want to get him in there for one last game needlessly.
Timeout. Virginia Tech.
Obviously, especially
first charge of the second half.
Awareness of concussions in this sport that is so significant story this year. Time call.
And now it's time for our Geico game recap.
Well, Brett Hundley opened the scoring in this ball game. This little move to the left, and he strolled in untouched, 7-0. Virginia Tech came back. J.C. Coleman with a 1-yard rushing touchdown. Good block. Sam Rogers tied at 7. Logan Thomas, 4-year starter, injured on this play when hit by Jordan Zumwalt. There was a 15-yard unnecessary roughness penalty attached to this, but no targeting call. And then Hundley, the key play of the game so far, got loose left, got a great downfield block right there, and then motored on in, untouched, 86 yards. And that put UCLA on top 14-7. Michael Brandover, first successful field goal in his career. That made it 14-10, and then the latest touchdown, Paul Perkins for 4 yards, 21-10. Gary, another look at that TD.
Well, good block here by Xavier Suafilo right there on J.R. Collins from Virginia Tech. You know, it's not all trickery. Suafilo just crushes Collins on the play. Might have held him a little bit, but got away with it. And, you know, that is a tremendous football player. Suafilo has been on the team in 2009, before he went on his mission as a true freshman. He was a starter at left tackle, went on a 2-year mission, was all Pac-12 last year as a left guard, and he's playing left tackle right now.
Well, he came back with a new coach.
Yep, he did. And, you know, he's an Eagle Scout. Did you know that, too?
I'm not surprised.
Yes.
Jerome Wright is the running back. Play action, Leal across the middle. It's dropped. Joshua Stanford.
Well-designed play, got him open. Zumwalt Before he turns around, the ball is by him. Everything done right. Ball just slightly off target. Receiver could have helped him a little bit, but Stanford couldn't come up with it.
3rd down 5. 21-10. Early moments, 4th quarter.
You're not going to see much blitzing from UCLA now. They're going to play conservatively. They've got a big lead. They're going to force the backup quarterback to make continuous, numerous throws to drive the ball down the field.
There's the pressure from the backside. Whoa. Intercepted. Picked off by Miles Jack. And he quickly hands the ball to a fan in the end zone.
You know, Liel did this before early in the game, and he got a 15-yard penalty for intentional grounding, just trying to do too much. We've all done it as a backup. You try to go in there and make plays, force your way into the game. You just got to take the play the way it happens.
That is the 2nd interception for Jack this year. Came right to him. 27-10.
We only got 10 guys out there, and whoever's running on the field, and you go, what? We scored?
That was rather sudden, wasn't it?
How did that happen?
Fairbairn with the extra point. And let's look at the interception by Jack once again.
Well, a little pressure inside. Remember, they all tried to throw 2 of them away early. Got away with it, and that one, got to learn from it.
Yep.
Get spun down, your momentum's going the opposite way, and it didn't work.
UCLA big. CBS Sports presentation of the Hyundai Sun Bowl is sponsored by New York Life Insurance Company, AT&T, Hyundai, and by Bud Light. We welcome you back to the Sun Bowl in El Paso, 28-10 UCLA. Let's go down to Allie LaForce.
Vern, UCLA suffered a tragic loss to their team earlier this season when 20-year-old walk-on Nick Pasquale passed away in a tragic car accident. But the parachuters that flew in before the game, it was Team Fast Track. One of them wore a number 36 jersey to honor Nick, and the team also wears the number 36 patch on their jersey. You know, Coach Mora told us that that incident changed his whole method of coaching because Nick got to get in the final drive against Nevada. So then after Nick passed away and the team was winning by a lot, Coach put all of the walk-ons in because he said you never know how long that they're going to be with you.
Thank you. John Hart was the Special Forces veteran who was wearing number 36. We had a chance to meet Dana Bowman, a couple of others at halftime. All Special Forces veterans. 13:22 to go in the ball game, 28-10. Fairbairn will kick off. Touchback. First down 10, Virginia Tech. Big story for the Hokies, of course, the loss of Logan Thomas. That injury to Thomas occurred early second quarter. And Mark Leal has taken his place. More playing time for Leal than any other game this year. He had only played in 2 previous games.
He's made some nice throws.
Yeah.
And he showed some elusiveness. He just finally, those last second throws, one finally caught up with him.
First and 10 from the 25. Bobbled by Perkins, but he controls it and gets up to the 30. Carlos Parker is the ball carrier.
I mean, you know, this Virginia Tech team, in their specialist talent, isn't top-notch. You know, Trey Edwards is not in the football game. They've lost Ryan Mallett. Calvin Klein goes down today. Now their quarterback, they don't have enough.
No.
They don't have enough. And that's why you got to sometimes take these, you know, these bowl losses. Some of them hurt. I don't see how it sets your program back at all. You know, maybe if there's a trend, and, you know, Virginia Tech's had some problems with their, you know, bowl records. But all in all, it's an experience more than a trend.
Oh, boy. That was close to helmet right there. As J.C. Coleman caught the little swing pass.
and guess who the guy was almost helmet to helmet at the end?
Could you say Jordan Zumwalt?
Yes. Tell you, he plays a physical brand of football. And it was helmet to helmet. The first contact was, and the running back, we spoke with the officials up here in the replay booth. When the running back is lowering his helmet, they get the benefit of the doubt, the defender does.
That's right. First down 10.
And at least that's the 30th different explanation I've had on that rule, by the way.
That pass to Willie Byrne. Well, Jordan Zumwalt, remember going back to the top of the day, Jim Morris said he's going to play well. Here's the kind of day he's had.
Yes. I mean, he's got a lot of experience. A 4-year, you know, letter winner at UCLA, just has seen it all in that Pac-12 in offense, and, you know, that one just happened. But he finds the football all over the field. That's what I said. When you factor in Eric Kendricks, who we didn't get to see play today,
right?
Barr and Miles Jack. I mean, you don't find any better than that.
This is Chris Mangum trying to find room around the left side.
That was nice effort by Mangum right there.
Third and 4.
You know, I always wonder about the coaches, Vern, all talk about the value of these bowl games. But then again, you know, we just covered Auburn play Missouri for the SEC championship. Neither one of them went to a bowl the year before. Ohio State didn't go to a bowl. They had a pretty good year. Sometimes you just wonder if it's just a little overrated.
Well, third down.
I mean, I'm not saying it's not fun.
No.
You know, and it's a great reward for the players, but I don't know how much of a factor it has on the next season.
Well, you made the point to Jim Mora yesterday.
Yeah.
Don't you think sometimes these players just want to get away from you guys?
Well, I mean, no offense, Vern, but, you know, you and I, it's been a long... You know,
well, I'll see you in September.
We're getting a little grouchy here today.
There's Jim Mora.
I'm not even saying what Katie up here is doing, to tell you the truth. Rolling her eyes. Whole game behind us, our stage manager.
Yep.
Ow, and slugging me.
A.J. Hughes. And Ishmael Adams will let it bounce, and guess what? At the 4. 11 minutes, 27 seconds to go. One of the defensive stars in today's game, Jordan Zumwalt. We are back in El Paso, the Hyundai Sun Bowl 28-10. UCLA dominating now, and Brett Hundley having a terrific game. Last year, as a redshirt freshman, he had 628 yards passing in his first 2 games. Bill Plaschke, a wonderful writer for the LA Times, said, who was the last African-American to lead UCLA in passing yards? You had to go back all the way to 1940 and a guy named Jackie Robinson. He threw for 444 yards as a running back. And that record stood for African-American athletes at UCLA until Brett Hundley surpassed it last year.
Did they? I believe they ran a version of that single wing wildcat that they run nowadays.
Yes, they did. Jackie Robinson, of course, a two-way athlete. I mean, he might have been 3. I think he might have ran track at UCLA back 39 and 40. This one doesn't do much.
Number 6, Jordan James, the ball
The question will
carrier.
be, how far will Jim Mora go with Brett Hundley in this game? Will they take him out, get a nice bow? Will they bring in some of the walk-ons, players that give him a chance to play? Here's that power formation with Miles Jack in there.
Coming around the left side, it's Hundley.
17, Brett Hundley, the ball carrier. Stopped by number 18, Ethan Ballard, gains 2 yards to the 8-yard line.
Under 11.
So that count 3 to the 8. 3rd and 7.
Look at the afternoon for Brett Hundley.
Yeah, he's got, you know, almost 90% of their offense either running or throwing in this game.
Malcolm Jones and Luke Gain are the running backs here. Hundley in the end zone. Got him.
That was a nice job by Virginia Tech. An 18-point game, obviously 3 possessions, but you know, Hundley doesn't going to take a chance down at his end of the end zone and give Virginia Tech another chance for a cheap one. Nothing there, take the sack.
Number 42,
Sean Covington
will punt.
on to punt. Willie Byrne waits at
Willie Byrne deep for the
midfield. Whistle. Several whistles.
Wonder if he
When the
stepped
punter
out.
touched the ball, he was touching the
I
back
thought he
end line,
stepped
which
out.
by rule is a
Yes.
safety.
I thought his back heel touched the
Timeout on
line.
the field.
You know, I wonder if he got confused because there's a white line, a blue line there. And, of course, the white line is out of the end zone. As he catches it, I wondered if he stepped back, and he did, and gave himself a safety. Interestingly, that makes it a 2-possession game now, too.
That's right. Jim Mora's.
That's a bad mistake. I mean, you know, it's still a football game with 9 minutes to go.
That's a coaching opportunity for Mora. By the way, his mom and dad are here at the game. His father, of course, a great successful coach in the NFL. Jim told us last night he's not thinking about that now.
But that upsets you. I mean, you play conservatively on offense. Even Jim Mora's dad would be upset on that one, I think.
Playoffs?
Yeah, exactly. Safety on a punt? But, I mean, now you go from, and what did he say is Jim is like crazy intense, right? He said Jim Mora Jr. said, I got to get away from me, so crazy intense about these games.
Jim Jr., of course, 25 years in the NFL as a coach. Head coach in Atlanta and Seattle, and seemed very convincing yesterday in talking with us about his desire, his love of being back in college football. He had such an experience in the NFL, he said, quite frankly, tired of it. This is Willie Byrne. Stay tuned for the Jeep post-game show from here at the Sun Bowl. That'll be coming up after the game.
Well, you know, 18 points didn't look like there was any chance. And 16 points with a backup quarterback, probably not. But these two guys in this booth have seen everything as we went through at halftime. Yeah. We're not giving up on this game.
No. Oh, dear. We started our year with Alabama 49, Texas A&M 42.
Right.
And then it got better.
Exactly.
You good? Get out.
9:30 to go.
Get out. Get out.
Leal. And that catch is made by Dimitri Knowles, number 80.
Just a curl route to the outside, beats man-to-man, takes a step back to catch the ball. Good throw that time from Leal.
Leal is now 10 of 17. Had the critical interception when he threw it right to Miles Jack. And that was returned for a touchdown. Logan Thomas on the bench.
Here's that bear look, and you're going to probably see Miles Jack and Anthony Barr come off the edge, 30 and 11.
Well, Jack drops in coverage. Leal goes to the other side. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Zumwalt. Looks for blocking help. Comes to the near side. Still upright. Returns it to the 10.
He's making a run at player of the game.
I thought exactly.
Yes. You could tell that he smelled it. His last game. Intercepts the pass, and he's going, oh, I could finish this off with an interception for a touchdown. Goes back, reads the coverage, runs right. It's that same play-action pass that Leal hit early in the game. Remember, one guy goes long, the defender sneaks into that empty area. This time, Zumwalt says, I've seen this play before.
Second interception of the season, a 43-yard return. We're back in El Paso, 28-12. UCLA still leading. The Sun Bowl marks the last game for retiring Virginia Tech Athletic Director Jim Weaver. He'll step down effective tomorrow. He was appointed AD in Blacksburg in '97. He was recognized by the National Football Foundation with the John L. Toner Award in 2009. That award, very valued, goes annually to the Director of Athletics, who's demonstrated superior administrative abilities and shown outstanding dedication to college athletics, and particularly college football. We wish him well in his retirement. Frank Beamer in his 27th season as the head coach, graduated. His son Shane is on his staff.
I got a trick play from this thing right here, where they will run that formation and then run a pass off of it. Let's see if they don't dial this up to finish the game off. They've tried 2 trick plays already. They've got kind of an option off of this.
That was Jordan Zumwalt in the background.
Oh, got out of it.
Okay. 8:05 to go.
You know, I just think going back to Weaver and, you know, Frank Beamer, what a great partnership. They really are the role model, I think, of what a lot of schools would like to do with their program. You know, I said at the banquet, Vern, when you say the name Virginia Tech, you cannot not think of Frank Beamer. And that's, you know, that's why all these brothers come back and play for Frank Beamer. They trust him. They know he gets the best out of them. He works them hard, but they know he'll get a fair shot. He's run a great program at Virginia Tech. He and Jim Weaver need to be saluted.
Second and goal. Whoops.
Luther Matty, I think, is going to get called, getting into that, or did he get encroached? Excuse me, did he get drawn off?
Offside. Defense number 92 jumped in the neutral zone, caused the offensive player to react. 5-yard penalty. Second out.
Well, Frank Beamer was a defensive coordinator at Murray State in 1979. Mike Godford was the head coach then. Also on that staff, Ron Zook. And the defensive back was Bud Foster, who is defensive coordinator here for Virginia Tech. Wide open. And Bud Foster's not going to be very happy right now. Thomas Duarte, number 18.
Well, Darion Green, the freshman, number 23, got kind of schooled on that one. It's kind of a passing 101. When you're in the slot, that guy goes to that corner of the end zone, and that time he was wide open. Beats him off the line of scrimmage, kind of runs into his own guy. Almost a half a pick by accident on the play.
Fairbairn with the extra point attempt. And this one has been put away for the Bruins. They are barring something biblical. Going to win their 10th.
Yeah, that's a nice 10-win season, expecting what they did and all the injuries. Great job by Jim Mora getting 10 wins for UCLA.
Celebrate your favorite stars from TV, movies, and music. It's the People's Choice Awards, live Wednesday, January 8th. Only CBS. Well, we had almost a full house, and a lot of folks have headed down to I-10 in early anticipation of New Year's Eve. Logan Thomas left the game with a second quarter injury. Hundley with 323 yards. Zumwalt defensively 10 tackles and an interception. This, by the way, the 46th consecutive year this game has been televised on CBS. 46 years ago today, Dallas played Green Bay. That televised by CBS, recognized as the Ice Bowl. Green Bay won it 21-17. Bart Starr, quarterback sneak. It was 13 below 0 at the kickoff. Oh, he's going to run it out. Chris Mangum out to the 23. And let's go down to Allie LaForce.
Vern, Miles Jack and Coach Mora have known each other since Miles was 13 years old. In fact, Miles' younger brother, Jalen, and Coach Mora's son, Ryder, played together on the same youth football team in Georgia. And so when I asked Miles how Coach was able to win him over in the recruiting process, he answered with two simple words. He said, my mother. Then he added, if you win the trust of my mother, you win the trust of me.
It's a great picture.
It is.
Great picture. Miles Jack, born in Georgia, they moved to Bellevue, Seattle, when he was a freshman. Then his mom had a job with Microsoft, took her back to Georgia for a short time. And in his junior year, he told us yesterday, he suffered a broken leg. He was overweight, out of shape, did not have a good year, and then he exploded as a senior at Bellevue on both sides of the ball. Leal connects near side. DJ Coles. Miles Jack.
He can bring it. You know, he's got a great kind of base to him. You know, he's not a tall and lean. He's got good sized legs and strength. And of course, you know, his ability to read the plays. That's what Coach Mora told us the most about him, that he just picks up things, you know, and reads them as fast as any linebacker he's been around.
First down 10. Under 7 to go. There's another sack. That's Keenan Graham, number 40, defensively for the Bruins.
Well, that's the next wave of young players that Coach Morris says that he believes that there'll be no drop-off. Kenny Clark, Vanderdoes.
Left side incomplete.
You know, the key player is Brett Hundley. I mean, you know, we've seen in college football, you got to have a quarterback nowadays. As UCLA dials it up next year, that's going to be the key decision.
Well, Jim Mora said he and Brett have talked extensively about his future and his decision. And he said, if you don't mind, I'll keep that conversation to myself.
Well, it's within a week or so, we're all going to find out one way or another.
3rd and 18.
It is an interesting decision by these talented quarterbacks because there's some pluses and minuses and stories that you have to kind of put in your brain as you make that last decision.
Here's Leal. Back foot throw.
Oh, nice to defend
incomplete.
It. Yep, by Miles Jack. See, he's comfortable with the ball around him, and he's physical without really having to be trying to do it. Just makes all the right plays at the right time. You know, the one game we asked Coach Mora, what was, the most disappointing game where your team did not show up? And he said Arizona State, especially the first half. And I go, is that the game you went with Miles Jack on offense? He kind of stared at me and I go, hey, not second guessing you, just want to know, and he goes, yes, we kind of were forced to do that, but he's very valuable to us on defense.
A.J. Hughes on the punt again, 6:23 to go. Ishmael Adams, number 24. I think he liked it. Well, the Hokies came in 8-4 this season. They opened against Alabama.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with that loss. And then strung together a few. Duke at home.
And Maryland at home. Those two games, those two home games, when you think about it, otherwise, it's a normal, typical Virginia Tech year. So back-to-back years hasn't been kind of normal numbers for the Virginia Tech football team.
First down 10.
So when you think about this, well, here we go. We got a little chippiness at the end of this football game. If you think about the decision that Brett is going to have to make, I mean, you know, you look close by, and a couple of guys that decided to come back,
right? It
didn't work out great for Matt Leinart, Matt Barkley at USC. Close the other direction, though, Andrew Luck came back, worked out great. Of course, the guys that really sold staying, Eli and Peyton Manning,
sure.
You know, so there's different ways to look at it. And I think everybody has to make a decision, you know, for themselves and what feels best for them.
Have you seen enough of his throwing motion?
You know, his motion's fine.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with his motion. He's got great size. He's got great flick of the wrist.
And he listens. And he listens. He on cue.
He does. Well, that's another one of those where Jim Moore is going, no. I'm not so sure I want that.
Shaq Evans. That's a 59-yard toss.
See how he just flicked that ball. I mean, he's got all the skill in the world. Now, do you want to come back and refine it at UCLA, or do you want to move forward and learn to do it at the next level? Only Brett Hundley is going to know.
And he said, I've got to decide if I'm ready.
Yes.
It's a big step.
How about when we asked him, what does Pops have to say about that? You know, his dad played college football. He said, whatever you want, son, whatever you want.
That's right.
He goes, thanks, Dad.
Hey, I'm looking for a little advice here. What a day for Hundley.
Yeah, he's extremely talented. You know, sometimes he's missed a few throws, but he's got that ability that those college coaches recruit, and then the pros go, we can refine, because, you know, he's got all the skills.
42-12. Thursday on CBS, bang in the new year with TV's #1 comedy, The Big Bang Theory's first new episode of the year. Thursday at 8, 7 Central, only CBS. I just read them like they wrote them. 42-12. Yeah.
Did hear that story about Brett and his sister, you know, early in the year this year.
Yeah.
What a story, huh?
Very powerful.
And when he was talking to us Friday about it, you know, and he could just tell. He said it, what did he say? It forces you to grow up early. Isn't that what he said to it? It sure does.
And he's going back to Chandler, Arizona as soon as the game is over, so he and his sister and the rest of the family can celebrate the new year together. Sister Paris, Chris Mangum returns this one. Oh, he gets a couple of blocks, and he's out near the 33-yard line.
I mean, look what happened in this football game. You know, I mean, this was a 14-10 game.
Right.
Start of the fourth quarter, and it just, rolled away quickly. And again, if I'm a Virginia Tech fan, I'm not all that concerned about this. You know, I want to see what we're going to do next year as we build, get
During
more
return,
players.
Holding, receiving team number 47, 10-yard penalty. First down.
They hung in there well with this game, 14-10, as we said, for 3 quarters without their quarterback. I mean, they do not have the firepower without their players.
No.
You know, Logan Thomas, he just had to have a Brett Hundley game for them to win.
That's right. Injured when hit by Jordan Zumwalt in the second quarter and did not return. First and 10, 5:38 to go in this one. Joel Caleb is the running back now. Pass comes near side. Dimitri Knowles.
Oh, nice quicks.
Yes. And more chippiness demonstrated over here. First down 10. That one Defense by who else?
Miles Jack.
Miles Jack.
You don't even have to see his number. The way he moves out there.
You know, you're right.
You know,
and of course, with these uniforms, you can't see his number
anyway. But we have not mentioned that. We've been very good about that. But,
I tried.
But the way he moves, I mean, he doesn't need a number on the back. I'll tell you.
No, you're right. I mean, it's so true.
Right. He's going to fill out. He's 225 now. He's going to be, you know, I'll tell you, where we do our games, okay, he reads the plays like a young C.J. Mosley did at Alabama when he was a freshman. You know, you could see that guy who understood the game.
It's high praise. 2nd down 10.
Oh, nice throw.
DJ Coles on the receiving end.
Good throw to the outside. Should have had that. DJ, a senior, struggled with a knee injury last year. He's had 6 touchdowns this year, but, you know, it's kind of does not appear to have the quicks that the 2 young players, Stanford and Knowles, does. Virginia Tech needs to find that running back next year.
Yeah.
I mean, I know quarterback, yes, you got to have a key quarterback, but a running back, that's when they were who they were. They had the quarterback and the running back, the 2-headed monster on offense.
3rd and 10 here, and a whistle before the snap is made.
Delay game on the offense, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Playing to the back of the 3rd-string quarterback, Mike Faithful, for UCLA. Brett Hundley alongside. 3rd and 15. Overthrown, it'll be 4th down. Joshua Stanford, the intended receiver. 5:01 remaining.
Well, looking at Frank Beamer, I can't help but think about the first BCS championship game I did back in 2000.
Right.
You know, I mean, it was obviously Florida State against Virginia Tech. Mike Vick, Frank, you know, building that program. And what a great start. Kind of leads you can't help but think about Florida State back in it now against Auburn in this football game. I'm trying here.
I understand.
I really am.
Well, I noticed that you emptied your saddlebags about 2 minutes ago.
No, I just, you know, as you just watch, you know, a program that was once there, Virginia Tech, that's all you think about is getting back again, you know, and now Florida State is back there, and they're just built so solidly, you know, very much like the team that beat this Virginia Tech team back in 2000.
And Hundley's through for the day. Mike Faithful is in. So here's your opportunity to get on the soapbox.
No, I think it's
Florida
you.
State, Auburn.
I think it's you. I'm going to be doing dozens and dozens of radio games.
Yeah?
I want to know who you think's going to win the game.
I don't know how you stop the Auburn offense.
You know, that is a really good point. It's hard to nail them down. You know, you might try to be physical with them, but it is hard to really, you know, hit them because they're constantly moving. You're not sure as the ball. My feeling is that if Jameis Winston, if he doesn't play like himself, I think Auburn can win the game. I think if Jameis Winston shows up, I think it's going to be a tough win for Auburn.
Very good. See, there goes your reputation as a shill for the SEC.
Oh, jeez. Uh-oh, there's that play. That's a lateral, called a lateral.
Out of bounds.
Yes. I actually thought it was a forward pass, though, even though they did call it a lateral. It's that throw at the end of the play that Alabama will never forget. Remember? As Nick Marshall came out and hit Sammy Coates right at the end of that play.
Yes. So 3rd and 16. Mike Faithful, redshirt freshman out of Missouri. It's going to be a motion call.
Ball start, offense, number 55. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
10-3 for the year.
Moves the ball back to the 12-yard line, 3rd and 21.
And I think basically, though, you know, 3 legitimate losses. I mean, on the road back-to-back, you know, you lose Stanford, Oregon, and then you get that one upset. I don't want to call it upset. Arizona State's got a good football team, too. But 3 games, you know, they didn't really have a bad down game this year for UCLA.
Yeah. Logan Sweet is the recipient of the pass, 29 yards.
Yeah, Mike Faithful did a nice job getting this ball out. Very well done.
.333 to go. Great day for Brett Hundley. Stephen Mantrell with the carry. Let's, Gary, look forward to UCLA's schedule next year.
Well, you know what's always interesting about that Pac-12 is they play everybody, you know, and then out of conference, you know, Texas. Now, what will Texas be? You know, have you any idea? I mean, it could be anything. It could be the spread Chip Kelly type signee. It could be a David Shaw Power type head coach. No one knows what Texas will be in the future until they talk to the booster that wants to sign him.
Yeah, that's right. Now, which member of the Board of Regents is going to make the choice?
There's another lateral on that play, by the way.
It has been, I think, kind of quiet on the Texas coaching front.
Well,
Jim Mora, by the way.
Thanks, but no thanks, he said.
Yeah, it's kind of.
Saw Jimbo Fisher just signed a new contract, so he's out of the running. Signed a new, 4 or 5 year deal, and 5-year deal for $4 million a year. It's not bad.
How do I get into coaching?
Yeah, right.
Not that I want to. Mora told us yesterday, and his wife Shannon is here, and of course they have a family. And he said it's not just about coaching; it's the lifestyle, the friends you make where you live, being close to his mom and dad. They live in the desert, California. .150 to go in the 80th Sun Bowl. John Covington on to punt.
There's not a lot.
Did you hear it?
Yeah, there's not a lot of people. Yeah, but it's like 12 people. I mean, it's one more year.
One more year. Now let's take a look at the players of the game presented by New York Life. Pretty obvious choices here. Brett Hundley, 226 passing, 161 rushing, 4 touchdowns. And on the other side of the ball, Jordan Zumwalt, 10 solo tackles, or 10 tackles, 1 interception, and every tackle he made was delivered with authority.
Yep. Oh,
here.
He gets the blue Gatorade.
And another splash. Mangus out to the 10.
Chris Mangus is a freshman running back. Love the way he finishes every run. I mean, he doesn't care what the score is. He's out to show I want to play next year.
2nd down 9, final minute of the Sun Bowl. Here's one of the freshman offensive
illegal
linemen.
Snap on the offense, number 76, 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Yeah, Caleb Benanak was hugging Jim Morris. That's Zumwalt, obviously, but I mean, just amazing UCLA. I mean, just thinking about it, I mean, 3 true freshman offensive linemen and winning 10 football games this year. What a great job. And this team was, what, ranked up They were up to as high as number 9 in the country at one point.
Well, they got up to the 5-0 start.
Yeah.
Yes, they were number 9. Still some discussion going on.
Yeah, with Frank Beamer on the sideline.
Includes a 10-second runoff. Please set the game clock at 42 seconds. Virginia Tech has elected to not take a timeout to save the 10 seconds.
Nice job, Eugene.
Second down, 14. And another flag.
Andrew Miller at the end of that play had to hit one more guy as Jim Moore was dancing. Guys.
Great.
After the play is over, personal foul. Unnecessary roughness on the offense, number 74. Half the distance to the goal. Third down.
Andrew Miller.
Yep. Number 74, that's who got it.
Right guard.
Well, amazingly for this team, all of the starters on that offensive line for Virginia Tech had started every football game right across the front of them. All of them have started all 12 games. Not one injury. You know, only one of them a senior, so, you know, they could have a lot of experience coming back on that offensive line next year.
Final 10 seconds. Mangus. Playing to the finish. And this is the finish. 42-12 the final. Frank Beamer, Jim Mora. Congratulatory handshake at midfield. Now time for the play of the game presented by Napa Auto Parts. For the call, Chris Roberts, UCLA Radio Network.
Second down, 5. Hundley, snap. Hundley's going to run it. 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30. Cuts back to the center of the field. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown! UCLA! Brett Hundley, the quarterback of the Bruins, an 85-yard run.
And let's go down to Allie LaForce with Jim Mora.
Yeah, I want to stand next
Coach,
to her, though.
oh, okay, there's a little battle here. No problem. You've earned that. Coach, got to ask you, you put to 10-win season, you beat USC 2 times, and you top it off with this bowl game win. What does it say about the statement you're trying to make moving forward with this program?
I think it says a lot about our young men, these two right here, and the rest of our kids, and just how they bought into the culture that we're trying to create. I think we're on the right path. We're headed in the right direction. We're going to get to the promised land pretty dang soon. I don't know when, but it's going to be soon. But I'm just thankful to be able to work with these guys, man. It's just it's a real blessing for me.
Brett, you said you wanted to come to a program that you could help rebuild. Do you feel like you're doing that after this win?
Yeah, I think we've come so far after 2 years. I mean, going 9-5 and then 10-3. UCLA hasn't had a 10-win season in a long time, and it's truly a blessing just to be a part of this team and to be playing with them, honestly.
Does a game like this make it easier or harder about your decision?
Harder.
It makes it a lot
harder. But I'm going to sit down and talk to the right people, and then I'll make it from there.
Jordan, you had an incredible defensive performance. That interception that really sealed it when you guys ended up scoring after the big pick. What can you say about this team's defense today?
Our team, we just played hard. We played really hard. You know, we played lights out. We just all wanted to leave it on the field for us seniors, you know, and I appreciate all the young guys just giving it all to us.
Thanks, guys, and congratulations on a successful season.
Allie, thank you. Final score 42-12. UCLA wins in a rout. We'll be back in a moment here in El Paso with the Jeep postgame show after these messages and a word from your local stations. And we welcome you back to the Jeep postgame show from the Sun Bowl in El Paso, Texas, where today it was all the Brett Hundley show. 42-12 the final, and Hundley had an outstanding day, both throwing and passing.
Well, we've heard about Brett all year and how gifted he was. physically, the way he can run and throw the ball, and he put it all on display for us here today, didn't he, Brad? What Brett Hundley did.
Yep.
He did it, and he did it with his legs early, with his arm late, and Vern, he's a special player.
And he faces the option now of declaring for the NFL draft or coming back for his junior season. Heard Allie ask him, does this game make it easier or tougher? He actually said it makes it harder. 42-12. Our guys in the booth, David Moulton, Chuck Gardner, Butch Baird, Katie McGuire, down in the truck, Craig Silver, Steve Milton lead the way. That's going to do it for us for the season. It's been memorable. For Gary Danielson, Vern Lundquist, so long from the Sun Bowl.